Hello, and welcome to another episode of the world famous Cosmic Council. It's a very, very small world, though. Very, very small world. I'm hoping to be joined tonight by fellow council members, Ed from Vaults of Icon and Andy of Excelsior's Domain. But one's finishing up munching, and the other one is having technical issues. So it may be me. Just me. This could be rather boring. I'll get started on the comments just to pass a little bit of time. We've already got Ben here. Hello, Ben. Steve's here. Martin's here. Hellos to all of you. Yep. I'm all right. I don't know about everyone else, though. Can I put you up? Oh, apparently I can put them up. So
yeah,
there we are.
Yeah.
There we are.
I can still talk.
He can still talk round his food. He's got a mouthful of food, but he can still talk.
I have.
And Andy's tinkering with his settings.
No, I'm not. My son is asking me silly technical questions at exactly the wrong time.
It's hot and it's melty. It certainly is. Yeah, I would be in the hottest room of the house as well, wouldn't I? I would. Martin's good and hopes we're all well. That's brilliant. Yes, it has got to get hotter tomorrow as well. Awesome stuff. Thursday and all week, yeah, definitely.
Indeed.
In a puddle. Yeah, that's about right.
In that heat, yes.
That's one good thing about the Cosmic Toys shop. It is freezing cold in there.
No. In theory.
Martin's workplace is not the same, sadly. Oh, they're going to buy some ice creams over there. They could just get some air conditioning. Cool. Martin's got AstroTurf in his back garden, apparently. Put it down a few years ago. Definitely worth it. He's not had to mow the lawn since. Ben's been out in this hot weather all day. Is that going to be the topic of tonight's conversation, just the weather?
The weather.
We're not going to talk about vintage toys. We're not talking about retro gaming. We're just going to talk about the hot weather. And because the three of us on the council are from Yorkshire, we'll complain about it because that's what we tend to do. The only people that complain about things more than us are the Scots. Joe's with us as well. Hello, Joe. How are you, sir?
No.
And Josh. Hello, Josh. This is an interesting start to a Cosmic Council, isn't it? It's a bit different from normal. And yes, I know we're not talking about biscuits and coconuts, not if I can help it. Yo, Joe. Evenings amongst you all. I need to skip them, don't I? Joe's gaming channel is apparently doing well. He's up to 3 subscribers now. Fantastic, mate. I'm really pleased for you. Phil's with us. Hello, Phil. How are you, sir? It's going to be Ed with technicals. It could well be. Could be.
Huh?
It was me initially.
He's trying to... well, if it was the other way around, I could say that Ed was trying to connect via a Spectrum.
Spectrum! Very early reference.
Volvo truck and bus, remember it well, says Ed. He can type. He can't speak, but he can type.
Can't speak, but he can type.
Court is in session. Hello, council.
If you want to see me stuffing my face, then that's fine.
Oh, I love the T-shirt.
Look at that.
Oh, I love that T-shirt. What the hell are you doing wearing a hat?
You're going full Avengers on us. Steed mode.
Seriously, it's too hot for a hat.
No, not when it's at a jaunty angle, it's not.
Next, you'll be telling me you've got furry underpants on.
I don't wear them.
Would I tell Ed about the comic? Right, I'm fairly sure I put the comic up on the screen last week, Joe. So not last week, but 2 weeks ago. So we all saw it, including Ed.
What comic?
I'm not going over it again. Go back and watch Council from a fortnight ago. I'll send you it.
Okay.
It's literally one picture from ChatGPT.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So, how are we all doing? It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks have flown by.
Yeah.
They keep flying by. They do. They keep flying by. Martin can hear the new Avengers theme tune now.
Yes.
Indeed.
Bow, 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 bow.
Emma Peel. Purdy's nice, but it'd be Emma Peel.
Oh, I love how with Andy the sound is preceding the visuals. It's like watching an old Japanese film. Bad dubbing. Right, okay. I'll throw up some news, shall I?
News.
Yeah, we'll put some toy news. Let's see if I can make it work this time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll get rid of that because we don't want that on the side of it. Share screen. Is it going to be smooth today, ladies and gentlemen? Is it going to be smooth? Smooth, unlike my backside. You really wanted to know that, didn't you? Right, add to scene. So, bit of news here in the form of Lego have decided that they're going to do a Godzilla set.
I found out about this just today because I was in a Lego store.
I found out about this either yesterday or the day before, and everyone else seems to be messaging me about this. So I thought, you know what? Let's have a little brief chat about it.
It's a good old Lego ideas.
Yeah. I hope that they do something with it, because if it looks like this, I'm not buying it.
No, they always, nearly always play with them.
Yeah, this to me looks like a pile of grey bricks and not much else. It's a blob, a big grey blob.
You've got to imagine that they do this because they are literally ideas. So the versions that you see on the ideas site are seldom the final form of the actual project, and it could look radically different potentially.
Yeah. It's a bit of a lottery. Sometimes the release version is better. Sometimes it's worse. I mean, when you look at the ideas for the approved version of the Back to the Future DeLorean, the original design was much better than the released version.
Oh, the Dave? It is Dave, isn't it? It is Dave, isn't it? Yes, I think it's Dave. I can see you, but the name's gone. I'm sure it's Dave. And then I'm looking at the wrong camera because I've set a new one up for tonight. And we've got Dave. We've got another Dave. We've got two Daves that have joined us at the same time. Hello.
What colour would it be other than all grey?
It's a good question. It is a good question. I think I'm being a little facetious when I say that it just looks like a lump of grey bricks. I think it's the fact that it looks like a load of bricks. It just looks like a lump of bricks. It's bricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would obviously mostly be grey or black. I would hope that and I know they've done them in black here, but I would hope that the dorsal plates would be a much lighter colour than that.
It needs to be a translucent blue.
Translucent blue would be a start, or pink. Ed's finishing eating. He's either that or he's scratching somewhere.
Not pink. He's not a girl.
Dave's hole is doing fine, apparently. That's nice to know. Nice to know. Especially in this weather, Dave. Isn't that what Lego... No! The whole point is that it starts out as a pile of bricks and then you assemble it and it doesn't look like a pile of bricks anymore. Ed looks like the guy from Clockwork Orange. You look like Malcolm McDowell, apparently, Ed.
Oh, yes.
Who said that?
Our loyalist friend, Joe.
This is Ed Anglo.
Oh, this is the guy that moments ago in the chat labelled me the Moan Man.
He labelled you that 2 weeks ago, to be fair. He's just refreshing our memories.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm eating party wings, by the way.
Okay. Sorry, what was that, Andy?
I'm eating mini party rings if anyone cares.
All right, okay.
Slightly nostalgic.
And
but they're a
Dave
bit-
is watching the stream in the pub. Well, have a pint for me. In fact, I'll have some rum and coke for me.
He's watching this in the pub.
It's obviously a very interesting pub.
No. Focus on pub stuff. Don't fall sores.
Okay, moving on from a pile of grey bricks.
Well,
Barbie.
God.
She-Ra.
I showed Barbie last time, didn't I, with the Doctor Who? This one actually looks good. This looks like it's meant to be. It's not a bad. I've no interest in Barbie. I've no interest in She-Ra, but
I was going to say,
put the
yeah.
two
Can we
together.
sort of like,
Pardon?
just remind you, boys' toys.
I
you
wouldn't
know.
say that
No,
anywhere.
no, we're a
I wouldn't
broad
say that
church.
anywhere. No.
Come on.
TJ might be joining us later, might she? You know, she's a girl. Or she was once. She's not transitioned. She's just too old now to be called a girl. Sorry, TJ. So yeah, I actually think this works quite well as a Barbie She-Ra collectible. I can see more true collectors adding this to their collection.
Yeah, so it's just a Barbie doll with a She-Ra costume.
Yeah, of course it is. That's all they ever are, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Witcher. Can I
The
make this
Witcher.
picture any bigger? Can I? No, not really.
I have
Okay,
not-
The
I must
Witcher.
watch this on Netflix, mustn't I?
Well, yeah, the first series or two is definitely worth watching, I'd reckon, on Netflix. This is based on the video game, though. I believe it's based on The Witcher 3, but I could be wrong.
Can we put Dave on a timeout?
Why? What's he saying now?
Have you read his comment there?
Is the pub streaming this crap on the big screen?
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah, it should be, yeah. If not, I will say, though, that Martin last week, not last week, the week before, had our previous Cosmic Council on the big screen at work in the canteen.
They will last.
Thank you, Martin, anyway. Cosmic Food Channel, no, we're not doing that.
Just take it easy, Dave, because, you may find yourself having a bit of an accident with a coconut. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no!
It might, you might have a coconut rammed so far up your ass that the doctor thinks you've swallowed it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying this is double length. I'm just saying.
Oh, he's got a large bounty.
Ben saying that some boys might like She-Ra.
I'm not afraid.
Quality live stream, not crap. Stupid autocorrect.
Sorry, Ben said what? Some boys might like She-Ra.
When did Series 3 of The Witcher come out, Joe?
Oh, who knows?
I'm sure there's only been 2.
I've not seen it. I've not watched it.
He would put it on the big screen, but it's the old hall. I'm not even supposed to use your phone. Oh, is it one of those pubs? Oh, God. Worthy of the Works canteen. Don't threaten me with a good time, Ed. So, yeah, this is a Figma action figure from Good Smile Company, Max Factory. They've got several names.
Max Factor.
Yeah,
They
Max
come with added makeup.
They're about 6 inches tall, so they're very similar to figure arts, to be fair. As you can see, very, very nice on detail. Very nice on detail.
Oh, it looks nice. It does look nice. All right, who's on the motorbike?
You know where I live, Ed.
Oh, who's got uncontrollable wind?
That's not me. That's not me. I can control mine. I saved it for after the stream. But yeah, I do think it's quite a nice figure if this is the kind of thing that tickles your pickle. The only Figma figure I've got is the Legend of Zelda Link. I've got a few from the different games, but
the funny thing is, if you didn't actually know who he was, it could be anything.
it could, yeah, it could be anything kind of medieval, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It
Does
could
it?
be Lord of the Rings or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a bit of a thigh swivel above the knee there, or is it just
does.
a moulding?
Probably has. Probably has.
It's quite well concealed though, because it's got it's properly got clothing on it, hasn't it? Rather than it being.
He has moulded trousers, sir. Moulded. Just imagine how much time you'd save if you had moulded trousers.
That's very true.
Know what I mean? Or even tattooed on trousers.
Tattooed on trousers, yeah. Tattoo trousers, that could be a thing.
It could be.
Tattoosers. There you go.
Yeah.
think I can get rid of that.
Heard it here first.
Fair enough. And then, because Comic-Con's coming up and they come out with some wild ideas for San Diego Comic-Con, this is one of NECA's exclusives for the convention.
Funny.
This is Jumping the Shark version Chucky.
Surf's up, dude.
Josh, I'm going to ask you, does this happen in the TV series? And do dolls' eyes need shades?
Exactly. I have no idea. What, is this Chucky from the TV series?
It's Chucky from... I'm assuming so, because I don't think this happened in any of the films. Not that I've seen them all, to be fair.
But to be fair, it looks like the movie Chucky. It doesn't look like the TV show Chucky.
Oh,
Does,
right, okay.
does Chucky change?
Or maybe it's just
no
a bit of random fun, perhaps.
Perhaps so.
Okay.
Perhaps so.
I mean, it's NECA, so first time you bend one at joints, it'll snap anyway. So you know.
No, but you start it in water. Look, it was showing you.
Well, yeah. Put it in warm water. That's you see, that's NECA are missing a trick here. What NECA ought to do is, because you have to warm water bath all their figures before you can play with them or pose
like a
them.
Rugrat.
They ought to have that thermal paint on them, so they get like a different coloured top or something, or you don't want to dip them in.
I like that idea, then, yeah. I like that idea.
They're missing a trick there.
Josh likes this, and he's our resident Chucky collector, so
Yeah.
our Chucky fan.
So
we say.
can Josh confirm then that it is the Chucky from the movies? Because like I said, I don't think it looks like the one from the TV show.
Okay. Have you watched the TV show and the films?
I've seen the first film.
Right. Okay.
And then that were it. I were one and done. But I've not seen the TV series because it's like the film's good enough, you know, to just stand on.
He said that this doesn't happen in the TV show at all. Anyway.
No, right.
Ben thinks it's cool. And Steve reckons it's Baywatch Chucky. I like that.
I mean, it's not completely and utterly offensive. It's
No.
it's like it's
It's
random.
a bit of fun.
Yeah,
It's a bit of fun. I like it from that aspect. I do. I like it from that.
I mean, I like the surfboard. Funnily enough,
another NECA item here, and I had to share this. It's a weird one because I cannot get my head round why the Predator would have so much respect for another culture that he would adapt and start wearing their armors and their outfits. That said, I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
The predators, traditionally speaking, do collect artifacts from places that they visit.
Yeah.
So possibly,
I mean, if it's I don't know. I mean, it's as a toy.
Hey, Mario.
It does look nice. You can't argue with that. There is a certain something about it that does look nice. It's just questioning the validity of would a predator or Yautja or whatever they call them go to that extent that it would don, because obviously the tall are predators, so it would have to be custom made samurai outfit.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, unless there's some 7.5 foot tall samurai that's like running around fields somewhere killing ninjas. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's from an in-universe thing, doubtful. But as a toy and a collectible, then it does. It does look pretty cool.
Does say up in the corner there that it's from Predator Hunting Grounds. Which is that a video game?
Oh, I don't know.
Could be. There is a video game for Predator, I believe, but I haven't ever played it.
Oh, there's a few.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yes, it's a video game. It's Predator Hunting Grounds. Came out a few years ago.
Right.
2020. It came out.
So is there a ninja version then of Predator?
Well, would there need to be? They could turn invisible.
No, but it's still
There's no more ninja than turning invisible.
If you're gonna have samurai, you need a ninja for the samurai to fight against, and then can we have like a Tang Sudo predator and then a karate
sumo.
Predator?
Sumo.
Sumo predator.
Great big fat predator. That'd be awesome.
with a thin black thong on.
Dave thinks that the Predator does look fantastic, which is great. Our Stone Cold's with us. Hello, Stone Cold. How are you, sir? Are you well?
No, sir.
Now, you can take the mask off on this, which is quite cool. It's unusual as well, because quite often they like to bring out two of the same figure, one with the mask on and one with the mask off. So it's quite cool, is this, that you can take the mask off on it. Unless it's two heads. It's probably a mask off thing job, though.
I don't know. I think looking at the sculpt of that head, it might be a swap out head, because like the mandibles look to be like extended and open there.
Unless they pull out.
Mask. It's possible, yeah.
They could pull out, couldn't they? And that might be where the mask clips on.
Oh, just imagine that. You could have a pull out. There's people I'd like if they could have a pull out mouth. You could just check the mouth out. That'd be nice. But no, at least it looks like a predator, not like that thing that's in that new movie coming up.
Sorry, I got distracted for a second then by another stupid comment from Joe. Sorry, Joe, but it is stupid.
Why? What's he asking now? Oh, Ewoks versus
Predator.
Predator.
I'll put it up. Who do you think would win in a fight with a Predator? Anyone from any Ewoks?
It depends. You'd have to look at your Ewok to Predator ratio, wouldn't you? I mean, if you had,
let's face it, they managed to bring down the Empire.
Yeah, if you had like 100 sort of like hungry Ewoks, and they managed to sort of like gangpile it at once, they'd just eat him, and that'd be it. Game over.
Well, it depends how high you drop the Ewoks from.
But you see, they've got them glider things, haven't they?
They have.
Yeah, but I'm saying they'll be more effective without the wings.
And Ewoks have got preparation time as well. I mean, that's how they defeated the Empire. They have preparation time. Maybe Batman trained them.
Possibly, yeah. Well, I do like this figure. I think it's pretty good.
It is.
If I had it, and there's a good chance I might actually get one of these for myself, just because I do think it looks that good. It will be displayed with the mask on, because I actually just like it as the samurai type thing that might not even be a predator. It could just be something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it is. It's an alternate head sculpt. It's
there you go.
Different head, yeah.
Excellent stuff.
It does look nice. It does look nice.
Yeah.
Not for me, but it does look nice.
Star Wars, the Black Series. This one kind of came out of left field for me. I was not expecting this at all.
That's one of the Jedi guards, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Jedi Temple Guard.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
No.
What does a Jedi temple full of Jedis need with a Jedi Temple Guard?
Well, because sometimes
You'd have to ask
Padawans,
George Lucas and Dave Filoni on that one.
the Jedi Padawans sometimes get on the mead and they start trying to put their lightsabers in places they shouldn't, and then these guys have to calm them down a bit.
But it's like, other than Order 66, who's going to go and attack a Jedi temple? It's like, oh, I've got a brilliant idea, Steve. What's that, Gary? You see that Jedi temple over there? Yeah, come on, let's go and do it over. Summer, I think you need to sit down. You've had too much to drink. It looks nice, but it's like, it's like that thing from Star Trek V. Why does God need a starship? It's like, why does a Jedi temple need temple guards?
Mario says he likes your hat.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a gift.
Even though it shouldn't be worn on a day like this. Other than the question of why does a Jedi temple need guards, I do actually quite like this figure.
Is it soft goods or is it plastic kit?
I was kind of half pondering that.
You know what? I would say soft goods on that bottom piece. Because
Right.
you can even see the texture on the inside.
Right.
But it's the way it's flowing over the leg as well in a different pose. You presumably wouldn't do that.
I'd say that's soft goods.
Can you zoom in at all anymore on that one, Gareth?
I think there was actually. Is this the character from?
Yeah.
Is this the character from Rebels? That was.
Yeah. Well, he was a temple guard. I don't know if it's this specific one.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Just zoom in on head sculpt, please, Gareth, if you could. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does look nice. I'm not. Complaining about that. It does look nice.
I think
why has he got horseshoe crabs on his garments?
I think this is one of those I wasn't expecting. And it's come out of nowhere. I'm just like, why have they done that? Oh, actually, hang on a minute. That looks quite cool.
What it on? Did they preview it on the Hasbro announcements thing that they did?
They did, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh.
But I think that's where this is from.
Right. Okay.
I quite like the packaging for it as well, to be fair. Ben likes it. And he wants it.
Once.
Yes.
Well, go get it.
Martin likes it. And he thinks it's cool. Oh, Eddie's being quite demanding. Zoom in on this, zoom in on that.
Hey, it's not for my benefit, it's for your benefit watching.
You should see him when I'm doing my OnlyFans.
Now you know that I don't watch it. I've told you, I have watched Return of the Jedi enough.
And we have the Ronin. Now, I like the character. I like the story. I like that episode of Visions. It was Visions, wasn't it? Yeah, Visions.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah. It's black and white. It's meant to be black and white. The Japanese exclusive one that they did, well, not Japanese exclusive one, but the Celebration exclusive one that they did for Celebration Japan a few months ago that came in the 2-pack with the droid, that's all in black and white, and it looks infinitely better than this. Infinitely better. But it doesn't look like a Star Wars figure.
No. And can I? Why does a lightsaber need a scabbard?
There's a lot of questions to be asked. At the end of the day, it works in the animated short,
right?
Because it's a stylized animation thing.
Yeah.
Because it's
an
cool.
anime
It's cool.
inspired by Star Wars. Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
But as a figure, I'm not too sure. I'm not too.
Maybe
sure.
it's the lightsaber proof scabbard, so he has it always on. They can immediately do it without even turning it on.
Ben's been wanting a temple guard for ages, so that'll tick
Mid
that
Beskar.
Yeah, you get
really want it, Ed.
Want what?
And Joe thought this was fake. Well, you were wrong. Having a zombie on Gareth's only, a zoom in on Gareth's only fan. Not a good advert. It's all right. I'm not trying to advertise myself. I'm quite happy, thank you. Could have him fighting that samurai pred. Yes, actually. Yes. The pred would look huge, though, because they're 7-inch scale and these are 6. So it would be quite a monstrous pred, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you want your predators to be tall and imposing.
Yeah. And he comes with a gun as well, because of course he does. And another one, Barry Sophie. It was announced at the same time, which is why I've kept it in here. I quite like that pose, to be fair. This isn't one that I'd be rushing out to get personally. But that said, they've just recently done Shakti and a few others, so it'll go well with them, I suppose.
Yeah, you'd be able to get quite a crowd together from the cartoon series, wouldn't you?
Martin,
look.
Calm down.
Look.
Oh, you see, it's expensive just looking at that picture.
It is.
I had that.
I like how the little disclaimer down in the corner. Figure does not fly. That's because it's not a figure.
It's not a figure, yeah.
But I don't think anyone expected it to fly anyway.
Yeah, it'll fly when it's thrown across the room.
Yeah, nice. This is a very nice update.
It's not the flying you have to worry about, it's the landing.
Yeah. You can swap out one. I couldn't find a picture of it that I could use, though. This section here, imagine the top side, you can actually switch out that section for a battle damage section.
Oh.
And that's quite a nice little feature. Still don't think it's worth £140, though.
No.
How much do they cost second hand? How much is a vintage one?
A vintage one. You could probably get a vintage one unboxed for a lot less than that. But then again, it wouldn't be this kind of detail, and Andy's disappeared.
No, I was going to say, I suppose not. But see, I imagine it with exactly the right amount of detail because I used my imagination when I was little.
Andy, what did you just do? Did you just wave a magic wand or something? Because you've come through now with full signal.
Oh.
And your lips are moving at the same time that the sound's coming out.
Well,
That's fantastic.
Perhaps someone somewhere has plugged something back in somewhere. I don't know.
Did you turn it off? Turn it back on again. So it comes with a Darth Vader figure as well, which I would imagine comes on a card back of its own. I don't think anyone's short of a Darth Vader figure, though. Do like the detailing inside the cockpit there.
Oh, that's nice.
That is quite sweet, is that?
Yeah. I am full bar. No, that's weird.
Really?
Benjamin's telling Martin to breathe. Hello, Richard. How are you? Did Superman call his base the Fortress of Solitude before or after he made his robot butlers? Very good question.
I like that question. I like that. That's
very good question.
Maybe it's still Solitude.
Fortress of not so much solitude.
But also, canonically, you've got a whole zoo in there.
Has he?
Yeah, you're supposed to have like a zoo of creatures from different planets in the Fortress of Solitude.
A menagerie, if you will.
Bottle, that City of Candor type thing.
Well, that's in there as well, so even less solitude, yes.
Jesus Christ.
I think so.
It looks a fantastic piece, it certainly does. That is good.
It does, yeah. Again, it does look nice. It's a nice piece, but like I said, it's a lot of money.
It would have been made cold if robots existed. Okay.
It's a lot of Republic credits, is that?
It is. So yeah, the Vader does come on a card back, as you can see up in the corner there. So yeah, it's nice. You can just see on the side of the box there that you can take off the top of the wing to put the battle damage run on. 140 quid though.
Yeah, that needs to be max 80.
Yeah. No, I'd agree actually at that. I don't know where they're going. They've been doing these price points now for a few years. They did it with the Mandalorian Starfighter, that was 140. They did it with a few of the X-Wings. They've gone up to 140, and they're just not worth it.
Well, I was just reading today they're laying off 3% of the workforce, so they'll be ramping prices up to try and make some money.
Yeah, they're blaming it on the tariffs. That.
Yeah. Make toys that people want to buy.
Republic will do fine.
Do they do that thing where they just price it everywhere at the same dollar price as, you know? So
it's become that way.
Yeah. Well, someone mentioned this other night on a stream I was watching. Well, I think it was Dave's. It was Toy Me, Toy You. And they're on about, I think they said about what will that work out the exchange rate?
Yeah.
And I pointed that out. I says, those days have gone now.
Yeah.
So if it's $50 in America, it's £50 over here.
In fact, quite often you'll find that it's more expensive over here.
Yeah. Well, it will because of exchange rate.
Yeah. Well, you've got the exchange rate. You've also got the fact that they don't include their sales tax, whereas we do include 20% VAT, don't we? So
yeah, we've got the VAT
you've got that straight into it as well. That's a big chunk.
And then also, it's also more expensive if you go and buy it from a toy fair, because you got your toy fair tax on there as well.
Phil, you may go to sleep for 5 minutes now. I think this is the only Transformers item I've got, actually, to be fair. And the only reason I picked these is because I quite like the G2 colours. These aren't quite bright enough for me, but at least the G2 colours. I'm not too sure about putting 2 leader class figures, so £55, £60 each, in a box together. So you're looking at what, 100, 120 quid for this?
Yep.
On a point of order, did they actually recolour the Dinobots like that? I thought they just gave them lots and lots of artillery and ammunition type belts on them and stuff like that. I can't remember them actually being a different colour.
No, they did do different coloured ones.
What? Sorry,
the toys. Yeah, the toys. I don't know about the comics. I couldn't tell you about the comics, but the G2 toys were different colours. I mean, I must admit, I'm kind of tempted by these.
Look, the G2 Grimlock's already available, and he's a royal blue.
Yeah,
he's quite nice.
And you can get the Tiger Stripe Grimlock as well.
Be honest, these toys are more expensive than a takeaway.
It depends where you get your takeaway from.
I would expect them to be, to be fair.
Yeah.
Tim, hello there, sir. Ty Advanced is lovely. He has the code 31. I think it's the same scale. Said it's the same as the movie prop. Wow, very cool. Very cool. We're not doing Postman Pat Transformers, no, Phil. Slug! It's slag, god damn it! Very
you
true.
Slag.
It really is you slag.
So yeah, back to Star Wars, because I found this afterwards. Another San Diego Comic-Con. It's annoying that everybody is wanting, I mean, you can tell by the aftermarket prices, everybody's wanting Anakin's and Obi-Wan's from Episode 3. And even when they keep reissuing them, they're selling out and they're going nuts again on the aftermarket. And they're hiding this behind a San Diego Comic-Con. I'm guessing that at a later date they're going to come out and be available separately without these accessories. It looks cool, though. There's a lot of stuff that looks cool today. I like it, but...
Who knows what goes through the minds of these people at Hasbro?
Yeah.
What's the point? How come? What are Superman's Fortress of Solitude robots doing in a lava planet? I mean, you know, because they are quite sick looking. I'm just saying.
I know what you're talking about now. Yes, the White Stripes. I did not expect to be putting anything up from them in one of our councils.
Hey.
Yeah, Super 7 have done a couple of reaction figures there of the White Stripes. I quite like the White Stripes. So there was no way I weren't going to be putting these up tonight.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off for the Nolans. You know, if they do Super 7 Viziers of the Nolans, or perhaps the Carpenters. Yeah, we want a 3.5-inch scale Karen Carpenter.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Steel Eye Span personally.
Does it not show, ladies and gentlemen, just how well me and Eddie know each other? For me and him to be able to just throw the Carpenters out there, I knew what he was going to say.
I knew that you knew that he knew that you knew that he knew.
I mean, there's obviously a market for these. I
There
can't
is.
think why, but
I wouldn't be buying these.
yes, definitely, Martin. Brotherhood of Man as well. We want Brotherhood of Man in action figure form. Save all your
Apparently
figures
those
for me.
Dinobots
Save
are going to
all
be
your
in the
figures
B&M for a
for
tenner
me.
soon. Okay, good luck with that one, Joe. I would be disappointed if I didn't have it. It has got Ed's hat on.
It's not quite,
Really?
but I can see where you're coming from.
Have they done Keith Chegwin yet? Oh, Cheggers would be awesome.
No, Dave wants the Naked Jungle version of Cheggers. That's what it is.
And I've got to do a little bit with Hot Toys, haven't I? So these are what's been announced or put out there since our last council session. Teen. I still don't know how you pronounce his name.
It just looks like somebody's trying to get rid of all their crappy Scrabble tiles at once.
I do kind of like that you've got all cloaked up
And nowhere to
with
go.
no cloak, battle armor from the Clone Wars. So it's quite customizable, and I suppose if you really wanted to swap the head out and turn it into a Mace Windu, you could do. I won't bother though because they're doing a Mace Windu as well, but you know what I mean. Kit Fisto. Again, quite like Kit Fisto.
Yeah, that's cool.
I prefer the way he looked in episode 2.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah. He
doesn't look as he doesn't look as kind and friendly in episode 3.
He doesn't look as smiley.
No.
Although episode 2 he goes around chopping things up. In episode 3 he gets chopped up. So you wouldn't be as smiley in episode 3, would you?
And he's got longer tendrils in this, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yeah. Well, he's a bit older, so they've grown. And yeah, there's your Mace Windu in the background there. It's a terrible likeness as well. I mean, credit where it's due. That looks bloody fantastic. Do we need it though? I'm not sure if we need it from. I mean, Are we going to get all of those Wolverines? We're going to get the little midget one. We're going to get the Henry Cavill one. Come on. You can't just do one, can you?
That would seem unfair.
Right. Excuse my ignorance on this one, but what happened to his healing factor on his left arm?
I think basically that thing was put on it so his hand couldn't have regrown.
Yeah, I believe it's made out of adamantium, isn't it?
So I've got what? Well, I don't know about that because I literally have one comic from this period, and in that it's not apparent that he's still got both his sets of claws. And he said that when his hand got taken, fortunately his claws were retracted into his forearm. So in fact, he can still pop his claws out through the stump, and apparently that takes his assailant by surprise.
So if he took the stump shield off, his hand would grow back.
Probably, unless, as you say, something has stunted his healing ability. Yeah,
I see.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, question really in canon of the films, does he ever lose a limb? Because maybe the bones can't grow back.
In X-Men 3, he gets a lot of skin removed, and that grows back. But
maybe his flesh, his organs, his skin, and everything, maybe that can grow back, and maybe his bones can't. I don't know. I'm just
I
would think that maybe his bone would grow back. So he could probably grow his hand back, but it wouldn't be coated in adamantium.
No, I was going to say that.
True, yeah.
So maybe to have that from some sort of defensive point of view if it is adamantium. I don't know.
But then, you see, I don't know much about the characters from the comics, but from the movies, are his bone claws covered in adamantium, or are his bone claws removed and replaced by adamantium claws?
Yeah, I've always wondered about that because
one of the film's origins, I think it is, his bone claws are broken off, aren't they, by Sabretooth?
They are, yes.
Stomps on them.
Yes. But they grow back.
Wouldn't they regenerate?
I don't know. It's kind of inferred that it doesn't, but then he has... I think that's right before he's taken by Stryker.
Yeah.
And...
Because that's the thing, his adamantium claws aren't the same shape or size or thickness as his bone claws, you know.
Yeah. So
Chaz and Dave, yes.
So I suppose the retractable element of them must still be there for him to be able to pop them out. There's got to be some interconnection, hasn't there? But perhaps only sort of very deep.
I mean, this is a...
Nima can help you out there. They did Charlton and the Wheelies.
This is a very deep conversation about the sort of like the engineering of Wolverine's, appendages. Appendagement.
Isn't that the point of this stream, though?
Yes, it is.
To talk about Wolverine's appendages.
No, to go really nerdy and deep into these kind of conversations.
I would say yes.
Yes. I would concur.
And Dave always wants the loincloth version of everything. That's his favourite Squid Game. What? Am I that far behind on the chat that I don't know what the hell's going on?
I don't know, but have we any more pictures of this guy, or we've got something else going?
We have
another picture.
We have got more pictures. Yes.
Squid Head was Tit Fisto, I think he means.
Ah, yes. Yes. Okay, fair enough. Nope, in the movies. Don't forget to like this stream, says Tim. He's so right as well. He is so right.
Timmy!
Wolverine gets his metal bones sucked out. Okay.
Okay.
Silver Samurai. There we are. That's a little bit more of a look from the film where he's linked up against that wall. Mondo. I don't think I've ever shared anything from Mondo before. This is one of their 1/6 scale figures, I believe. Well, it says so down in the bottom, so that's confirmed. Obviously, Carnage, based on the 90s animated Spider-Man series. Pretty cool looking. Reasonably posable, as you would expect from what price point this is likely to be.
I feel a Josh review coming on.
Oh, look at all that, though! I don't think they'll send him one of these, to be fair. Josh likes.
What you might.
Look at all that. That's incredible. I love it all.
That's a lot of red squiggliness.
Yeah. And there they are advertising the fact that you could have got a Spider-Man and you could have got a Venom had you pre-ordered them, because now they're sold out, so you can't now. Ed, have you got the never-ending story for Spectrum?
I do, yes. Thank you very much.
And there you are. It's 13 inches tall.
Wow.
As demonstrated by this man's torso. Now, this could be a midget to make it look bigger.
It could be.
Or to try and make it look smaller, he could be a giant.
These are the important questions, Gareth. You're absolutely correct.
They should really be saying, this chap's holding this figure is X feet tall. And that's because he's got a really long neck and long ankles. Ben likes it as well. Sorry, did you answer?
I did, yes. Yeah, I do. It's a game that came free with the 128K Toast Rack Spectrum.
Yeah.
Wow.
It came free with that.
That's what the Maximum series should have been like. Yes, I quite agree with you, Josh. Definitely don't have space for foot-high figures. Yeah, fair enough.
It's fine. He'll stick to the ceiling. That's actually Dave.
What? What are you on about? I'm glad he's measured it with his torso. 13 inches is big enough. Another Mondo piece.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That looks like one of them things that you see on the counter in a Chinese takeaway.
It does a little, doesn't it?
Right.
If the heads nod up and down all the time, yes.
Yeah.
Now, this is the second version of this. The first one's still not out yet.
Hey?
I'm just saying, this is the second variant of this figure, and the first hasn't even hit shelves yet. It's not been released yet. The first one was red, blue, and black. Very bright and bold, and it's about so big. It's quite sizable.
Yikes.
It's a Safubi type figure. I'll come to that in a minute. Did I only get one picture of this? Oh, that's terrible, Gareth. You're not doing your job right. Yeah. Now, I've got the first one on pre-order. And this dropped, and it's their antique version. It's made to look like old brass, apparently. And I was like, no, don't like it. I'm not having that. No, it's terrible. I want my brightly coloured one. 2 days later, I looked at it again. I was like, actually, that's quite nice because King Ghidorah is gold. Isn't he? He's the big three-headed golden beast.
It reminds me.
They still had stock.
So you ordered it.
So I pre-ordered it. That's two of them I've got coming now.
Why is it whenever I hear the name Ghidorah, I start wanting to sing the theme tune to Wizardora. He's Ghidorah, nothing surer. He's the one that will trample on your town. He's Ghidorah.
I thought they were a different way. I thought you were going to say Kiora.
Martin fancies a Chinese now.
Yeah. I'll have sliced beef in black bean sauce, please. Or
and
deep
Richard
fried
says
beef.
he will take his copy of Neverending Story to Sawthumbs in York. Then no free gifts for Ed. He was going to give you a gratis. Bless him.
No, I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. And it's. I'm sure it'll find a home with somebody. I do like I do have it, but
do you remember Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the sort of thing that would battle Samurai Jack.
Yeah, I can see it. Richard, you are absolutely spot on. Yes, and the pronouns lecture it. Well, it wasn't the alien that did the pronouns lecture, was it? It was
the other mythical creature.
Yeah. Here at Cosmic Toys, we do not endorse that kind of attitude, but we do find it hilarious. It was the son/daughter of Donna Noble, wasn't it? Although this horrible creature was voiced by Miriam Margolyes, which is almost as bad. Apparently Sawthumbs is very overpriced. I'm not going to endorse that either because it sounds like I'm trying to berate the competition, which they're not competition anyway. But there we go.
Yeah, she's not so well at the moment. Is Miriam Margolyes? She's ill.
Yeah, I haven't ordered this. A new Doctor Who exclusive. And I was like,
It's
thank you.
pointless.
Is that
It's
actually
pointless.
Doctor Who? I mean, it doesn't look like him.
It doesn't, does it? I thought that as well, but I wanted someone else to say it, so thank you very much.
From
It's
that
the,
angle, slightly more,
But
but from
still,
the other angle, not so much.
And it comes with two
Also,
heads.
what the hell?
It comes with two heads. It was far better in the comic in the 70s, seriously. But you know what? I had a discussion with someone in the shop over the last few weeks, coming regular customers there, and he did point out to me that years ago in a interview with Russell T Davies, he did say that he used to read all of the comics in the 70s, and that's what he felt Doctor Who should be.
Interesting.
So is he taking his opportunity now to turn Doctor Who into a comic? And he's always been a big fan of soaps as well, which is why he's been injecting soap type, relationships in it since 2005, to be fair. It's one of the things I've never liked about his stuff. I don't think it fits in Doctor Who. The whole Rose, Mickey, Mum. Really?
Trying to make it more relatable.
I don't know. He managed for all those years without having to be related to.
Why? Right, that's the thing. Yeah, why do you need to relate to something to enjoy it?
It's science fiction, for crying out loud.
It's not like I find that quite narcissistic that you want to see yourself in the programs that you watch. It's like, no, you watch something as a means of escapism. A way to, if you want to watch something with yourself in, just videotape your own mundane life and then just watch it back.
Phil's ordered one of these. I'm not at all surprised. I totally understand your fear of missing out. I just didn't apply it on this occasion. I applied my fear of missing out to that, which is about 6 times the price.
But he hasn't ordered Doctor Who. He's ordered a U.
That's what. Yeah, I know. I've gotten used to the way that Phil types. The fact that he works in a school is brilliant. Those poor kids. It looks not like Billy Piper, says Steve. Looks more like Captain Jack. I can see it.
Yeah.
Would be rare to get a new figure of him now.
Yeah, they don't like him, do they?
Oh, of Jack. Yeah.
Captain Jack. Yeah, he's
definitely.
They call it in John Wick.
We are watching Tennant's first series at the moment, says Dave. Oh, excellent. How are you liking it? In fact, how did you like Series 1? That'd be a more interesting question. Because you've actually finished that now, haven't you?
I saw an interesting trailer for Series 1, actually. It made it look epic.
Doing some weird hands for SIGs. Oh, right. Okay, the hand. I don't do fear of missing out, says Dave. I don't get something, I don't care. That's fair enough. Keep it that way. I was wrong to enjoy those Hong Kong action films from the 90s. I don't teach this. And that's the packaging. Meh.
No. He's ordered that.
You see, you've got to have something about you to be able to pull off pants like that. There's some confidence there. There's some confidence in a man that will pull off those pants.
Do you know what was really funny today? I was walking back to work in Leeds after a fire alarm, and there was a guy in front of me who I was so tempted to say "Doctor" to, because he was wearing like a jacket he'd clearly made himself out of different patches of different coloured material. He looked like Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, kind of, in practice. And he ended up going back to my work. So I was like, okay, I've not seen you before.
Oh, he even comes with a recorder.
It comes
Yeah,
with a recorder as well, yes. So years ago, Big Chief, not Big Finish, Big Chief Studios used to do these 1/6 scale figures, and they ended up going bust, and think I had 3 on pre-order with them through Diamond. Not a penny spent, so I haven't lost anything.
That's okay.
But because of the ones that were coming out, I decided to go back and get the ones that I'd missed. So I got my 3rd Doctor, my John Pertwee. I got a 4th Doctor, Tom Baker. I got an 8th Doctor, Paul McGann. And then I had 6th Doctor, Colin Baker, K9, and Roger Delgado's Master on pre-order. And they went bust while 3 of them were still... And I was like, I'm never going to be able to finish my lineup now. And then it looks like Master Replicas has picked up the license, as they have done with a lot of Big Finish stuff. They took all... Not Big Finish. Big Chief stuff. And they did the same with Eagle Moss as well. Took on all the stock and they've been selling it off. I was incredibly disappointed, though, when I saw these pictures. I wasn't overly thrilled with the head sculpt. I mean, it's passable.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but that coat and those pants are awful. Absolutely awful.
Why are they awful? Explain, please.
I don't know. Well, they just look far too big.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, they don't look like a 1/6 scale figure. These look like a toy figure with a nice head on it. You know, they look like Action Man.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure in the limited exposure that I've had to some of the Troughton episodes, he's a bit shambolic and the clothes do look ill-fitting on him. You know,
They
they do
do
look oversized.
They do.
It didn't strike me as being wrongedly wrong.
No, I know what you mean, but I don't know how well you can see it. Is there a close-up? Right, look at the corduroy patterning on that jacket.
Can you zoom in a bit, please?
That's a really good idea.
You want authentic corduroy patterning at 1/6 scale.
That's like your granddad's jeans. His corduroy pants.
Yeah, you can't.
They've just used the same fabric. And obviously, when that's on a 12-inch figure, it's too big.
And
I've been known to rock about it.
Yeah, I've been known to rock a brown corduroy trouser myself. You know, there's a nice feeling to a corduroy trouser.
However, I will say that I think that this image here, which they released after these production shots, I think this looks 10 times better than those.
Right.
I think his head
probably the close-up of the head. So after seeing this, of course, I pre-ordered it.
I mean, the thing is, it's always going to be quite difficult when you can't digitally scan, you know, the actors, you know, for things like this. So, you know, they are, you know, they will be ever so slightly off. But
the Bear.
Yes, Rupert the Bear did rock some nice.
The recorder just made me think I like Richard O'Brien's Crystal of Maze playset.
Buford, some bitch.
There we are. Even Phil thinks it looks terrible and looks like a cartoon. Hello there, Tim. How are you doing, sir? Looks like he's going to join the circus. Yeah, it's clown pants. Pop on a red nose. Yeah, thank you for making me feel so much better about pre-ordering it. So these are £199, by the way.
How much?
£200. Which the Big Chief ones were also the same price. So 5 years on and they haven't put the price up. I suppose that's a positive. They did come with a lot more accessories, though, did the Big Chief ones, than what this is. So I'm hoping there's still some stuff to be revealed. Oh, Buford's with us as well. Hello, Buford. I think I'm caught up with everyone then. Oh, what's Joe say? To be honest, when I was young, I had most of the Doctor Who figures.
I mean, you know, size-wise, I suppose that it is going to have a certain presence, isn't it?
Mm.
It's not a small figure.
Well, I deliberately kept my other sealed because the idea was I was going to wait until I got all 8 of the Doctors, and I was going to be getting them all out together and displaying them all at the same time. And they've actually been sat in their brown boxes that they were delivered in now for several years because I know it's never. Well, I thought it was never going to happen, which is another thing that tipped me with this. And the biggest thing that tipped me is fear of missing out because they're limited to 500.
Allegedly.
Yeah, so I would say that is what, tying into a later topic of conversation, that is limited. Yeah, usually with these things, they do the one run, and then if they do it later, they change it drastically.
Mm.
Yeah, and
change it that much, it becomes John Pertwee.
Well, I've already got that. John Pertwee, they did him in a different coloured suit, and I think he had a different head sculpt as well.
I hope for your bank account's sake that those pre-orders aren't actually in the brown boxes you haven't opened.
But they also had the Master,
which
is one of the ones I was most gutted about missing from Big Chief because I'd got the John Pertwee for them to stand side by side. You know, the Third Doctor and the Master.
So this month, Gareth will mainly be eating baked beans.
Oh, I haven't paid for them yet. Yeah, I've put them on one of those plan things so that you can pay for it. They're not going to be out till the end of the year. Possibly beginning of next year if past things are anything to go by.
Master replicas they've really, really taken over all things Eagle Moss flavoured and everything.
They have, yes, they have.
Yeah.
Hello there, Joe.
Hello,
What's
Joe.
annoying is that they're taking on things now which I would consider to be quite cheap and tacky compared to the things that they used to make. They used to make prop replicas, high quality, many hundreds of pounds prop replicas.
Right.
So it's quite surprising that they're doing £10 Star Trek things now. So Joe's joined us.
But in fairness to them, I'm not sure any of their Star Trek things are at that level.
He was good. He was good, Dave. He didn't get good innings, but he came back to do audio adventures, and they're very, very good. Late because I've been boozing. Now that's not. Oh, Tim likes the Master. Tim likes the Master. I'm enjoying a nice, refreshing cider because it's blooming hot.
Is he holding a broom-handled Mauser?
He could well be doing. Yes, he could well be doing.
Also known as Han Solo's sidearm.
Indeed.
Yeah, looks like a broom-handled Mauser does that.
Although this actor was dead before Han Solo came along, so...
But for me, I'm just getting, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die vibes.
See, now that... that is a very good likeness.
Yeah.
That's a very good likeness, is that?
He's my master, that one.
Yeah, mine as well. Yeah, definitely. And I think that looks to be it for the news, at last. We did an hour last time. We've done an hour and 4 this time.
Nice.
We need to streamline.
We could do, but it keeps us going, doesn't it? Which way are we at? There we go. I think that works quite well. Right, okay. The Master.
The Master.
Definite article, you might say. Yeah, definitely. 100%. Yeah.
My master's downstairs having a pot of tea.
So, yeah, that's all of the news caught up with. What's everyone think to that? Sean's joined us as well. Hello, Sean. How are you? Oh, you're not the Sean I was thinking of. You've bought one as well. You didn't buy the second Doctor then, no?
That's not a Sean. It's a scene. It's a scene.
Now, this Sean, if it's the one I'm thinking of, and I'm fairly sure it is, he's the guy who bought the first ever Cosmic Toyman action figure.
Wow.
Well done.
How much did you pay him?
Well, then I would have bought it for him, wouldn't I?
This is true. This is true.
This is accurate.
All right, okay. So what are we moving on to?
The first run.
Oh, I haven't done any banners for tonight. Andy, you had an idea of something to talk about tonight, so go for it.
Did he?
Me?
You did.
Okay. I've got my pictures from my shopping, not shopping, browsing.
You know, I tried. Let me see whether or not I can do it on here.
It doesn't really relate to anything at all, but I just thought I'd show what I'd been
I
wondering.
might be able to do it here. Let me try this.
Okay.
I've not tried sharing from WhatsApp before, but is that working?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, all right, okay, excellent.
Yeah, so I got a false alarm, fire alarm, but they told us to starburst, which means we have to run away. In an
Oh, it's
orderly.
gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Let me try again.
It's dead, Jim.
Share screen, window, that one, share.
Yeah.
Add to. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
So I thought I would.
Ooh.
I thought I would
Zoom in.
I thought I would meander into the local Lego Emporium to see what they had available. I got asked at least 3 times, could I be helped? And I was browsing.
Like, no, go away. I hate that. That winds me up, does that. Like, go away. Stop bothering me.
It looks like I can't zoom on this, I'm afraid.
Oh, not to worry. It's what they're paid to do after all. So yes, various of their F1 goodies there. But I'd sort of forgotten that they do the nice displays. I thought it was quite a nice display with what actually made up in the window, you know.
Sorry.
I like the Williams one.
They're doing them all particularly. It's about 20 odd quid for a moderate size ones.
Oh no, that's the first picture, isn't it? Somehow I'd missed that one.
And this is the sort of the superhero-y stuff they've got at the moment. Weirdly, no Superman stuff. There's like one Superman set there, and it's rubbish, basically.
Probably holding it all for when the film's due.
They must have an arrangement whereby they're holding on to it, I think.
In the film out next, is it next week? Is it the film's out?
Is it next week?
No, it's July, isn't it? I thought it was July 12th. I had in my head. Is it June?
I don't know. Not a clue. I can't say that I'm overly bothered, to be fair.
I thought it was July, but I stand to be corrected. Because it had a big bumblebee figure. I thought that was weird. I thought it couldn't make up its mind what it wanted to be in terms of era of Bumblebee.
Is it a robot? Is it a car? I know. It's like it's that duality, isn't it? It's like, what am I? It's an existential crisis for him,
It's his head. It's his head that troubles me.
Hmm.
It's like, has he got horns? Has he got horns or not? It's like, are those actually horns? Or are they just some sort of appendage? I don't know.
Bricks.
I don't know.
Ben's just saying that he really likes your Evil Knievel clone trooper helmet head.
It's very cool.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Yes, it's there. Well, that's why I put it there, because of the chat that was going off in the group last night. So I thought I'd pop it there.
Wow, we've got Rum with us. Haven't seen you for a little while. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, Mr. Rum.
Temperature is 110 degrees.
It's a rum tail. Yes.
Missed you too, Buford Rum. Yeah, the film is out in July, apparently. Entertainer in town has a big Superman display. It's only a small slot.
Yes, I went into the Entertainer after this, actually, and I did notice that they had more, standard Superman toys in already. So that on the right is the Blacktron ship, which I quite liked, and it was quite reasonably priced. But then of course it is just a Lego model at the end of the day. So it's good size.
It does look nice. It does. I like the yellow and black.
Bag end, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Bag end.
There are a few hobbity bits. They had the tower as well. And I was, in the interest of balance, as I showed a Transformer, I felt I had to show Star Wars as well.
Of course, just to keep Martin happy.
Exactly.
Oh, they've got the chopper out as well.
Indeed.
It has been very warm.
And we got Boba Fett's spaceship. Slave One! It's Slave One!
It is Slave One.
It is the Slave One.
Slave
One. And obviously very...
Spider-Man Alpha Low there. Apparently the Lego Bumblebee is a terrible build and nowhere near as good as the Lego Optimus Prime.
I wasn't sold on it when I saw it, I have to say.
You see, I weren't overstruck on the Lego Prime. I do have it, but it's dismantled in bags. I wasn't... I thought they could have done so much better.
Yeah. I recall you saying...
Now that Lego...
I quite like the 60s Batmobile. I don't know if you saw that in the earlier image.
Right? Yeah, that with the big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hope everyone's well, hot as hell. No celebrity naked day and aerating my nether regions. HasLab Transformer has just arrived. Excellent.
Oh, is it the Omega Prime he's got?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, tell him he wants to be careful because it's breaking.
Oh, of course, I've heard a lot about that as well, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, let's buy a backed only toy for it to break as soon as we get it.
Yeah, you can't even return it for a replacement because there are no replacements.
Yeah, it's like, yay! Well done, Hasbro.
Yeah, bear that in mind, please, Rum.
Very clever. Yeah, that's right.
But people are still buying it.
That was in the entertainer, so you get 3 for 2 on Hot Wheels in the entertainer at the moment, apparently. So I know.
Can't give them away.
And that just amused me, so I had to take a picture of it.
Don't know why.
What is that?
It's Nubs. It's the young Jedi from the Young Jedi Adventures cartoon, kids. It's fascinated.
It looks like a Furby with a stick.
Furby, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Salacious Rum. I think it's the issue is the plastic that's on the Prime. I don't think there's any issue with the Magnus, but just be careful when you're getting it out and you start messing about with it.
That yellowing on something that's just released, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's on the white portions of Magnus, but I think the breakage is happening on the actual Prime figure.
So, Spidey Alf is also saying that the KO Lego Bumblebee is worth the £30, and the instructions in his were printed off the Lego website.
All right.
Okay.
You see, Lego are doing Soundwave.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, and it's like I'm checking out on that. I was burned with the Prime. I'm not going to be burned again on that.
That should be easier to do in bricks, though. Really,
it might be. What they should have done was they shouldn't have made them to transform. They should have just picked a mode and said, right, okay, you can build it as the figure or you can build it as the truck.
Yes, that would have made more sense because they do that with 3-in-1s anyway.
Yes, yeah.
So I would have gone for that.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? They've got a sort of like a life-size
yes,
Buckaroo.
There is, Dave. There is a Hot Wheels with a toilet on the back. I remember having that a good few years ago. So yes, definitely. Are we done with these now, then, Andy?
Yeah, short and sweet.
There we go.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. No, don't want that.
Actually, with me looking in this angle, maybe I should be up in this corner. I'm bored of the background. There we go.
Somebody's going to sue somebody.
Yeah, because numbers falling down a screen in green is copyrighted.
No, it might slow your stream down, though, with it being an animated background.
Well, I normally have this one, don't I?
Mm.
And that's got an animation to it, so...
It's a gentle animation.
It's a twinkly effect.
I like this.
All right, leave your Matrix up then.
Yeah. Few minutes until people get bored of it.
Or motion.
Or end up having an epileptic seizure.
Yeah.
Oh, with any luck.
So I was going to have a topic, wasn't I?
Brick Soundwave, and it's really very good. Oh, interesting. Cool.
A stick on Brick Soundwave. Yes.
Why? Indeed.
Andy has a talking point.
He
Point
does,
of order,
it,
Andy.
This may require some audience participation, but if you weren't collecting toys, what might you be collecting instead?
Yes, so this is the what if element. What if we did not collect toys?
Yeah.
Within our personalities, I think we would definitely be collecting something, wouldn't we?
Yes.
I know I certainly would.
I would probably be collecting comics, I think. Because I've already collected a substantial number of comics, and I would just get going.
Mm-hmm.
Graphic novels more lastly, but back in the day, it was definitely comics. I would cycle for miles to get the latest comic. That if it wasn't in my local newsagent, I would just go hunting basically. That was definitely the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but you see, video games are easy these days. You just download them.
That's not collecting.
You could do comics as well in that vein, I'll grant you, because that's the thing these days as well, of course. But
off, Dave.
Dave.
Piss off. Especially SNES. Good man.
Snazzy.
Maria Whittaker's underwear.
Yeah, but Steve, would that be back then or now? Because there would be, you'd have to. And would it be Maria Whittaker's loincloth from the cover of the Barbarian?
Oh, thank you,
game?
Phil. You make a joke
That's always what.
twice, and people think it's genuine.
Phil, why would Gareth want to collect hobbits?
Come on, you two, answer the question. Come on.
For me,
Hmm.
well, I kind of already collect vinyl records.
Oh yes, because I've indeed collected a vinyl record collection for you. Yes,
You certainly did, yes. And I'm fairly sure that I would delve a lot deeper into that. Physical media for me is a big thing. Obviously, the vinyl records. I don't mind CDs as well. In fact, to this day, CDs are still the crispest and cleanest way to listen to music. Even download isn't as good. Streaming's not as good as CD.
Which I've always found quite odd in this day and age, because surely they could just stick a CD onto a stream and do it. I mean,
yeah, but your stream is the quality of that is made up by your connection, your connectivity, your cables that you're using. Whereas your disc is there, it's in front of you, it's straight in and out.
well, I thought it was to do with the compression of the actual sound itself.
That as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's all got to come through a stream. It's like when you watch something, you buy Blu-ray or 4K, it's probably going to be better than streaming 4K because of the stream, the quality of your stream. Which films, Blu-ray and 4K, I'd probably go a lot heavier into them, although I don't know if I could. Books, comics, graphic novels, like you say. It's all stuff that I already collect. The one thing that I probably would go into for display purposes, and I've discussed this before, so it shouldn't be a surprise, coloured glass. You know I love those glass clowns. Well, I also like coloured glass, like carnival glass and things like that. And you put those in a cabinet with a light in there, they pop. They look really, really nice. So, yeah, it'd probably be that for me, which is...
I mean, he's got previous form on that, because, I mean, what were it, about 10 years ago, he got arrested for trying to steal stained glass windows from a church.
Hey, if I could have a stained glass window, I would have a stained glass window.
I had one once. I had a stained glass window once, but it came alive. It was like this night, and it tried killing me. I was just like, I wasn't happy.
No.
What a film that is. I love that film.
It's a good film. I do. I like it.
Young Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
That's the one.
Yeah. I've got it.
That's the one.
On Steelbook.
He hasn't watched it, but he's got it.
I saw it years ago when it was on the TV for the first time at Razzle Mags. Yes. I would probably be getting old video games. I've dipped my wicket on the Evercade stuff, but there is a wide ocean out there. If I was so intent, yeah. I do collect Switch games. I've got some retro games as well, and I would love to. I'd like a complete collection of Master System games, and I'd like a complete collection of Nintendo 64 games. Not going to happen.
You see, I've gone back to that, but what I've done is I've got stuff on great old games, so GOG and Steam, and I have no clue how many repetitions or not I have between the stupid number of services that now give you ancient fixed PC games and the like. So.
You say that, Dave, about streaming in higher quality. It entirely depends on where you live. Depends on where you live and what kind of infrastructure you've got around you.
But surely, though, it's aiming at a particular quality. So wouldn't it just wait until it's streaming, until it's downloaded enough to start giving you the quality that you've asked for?
Not necessarily, because it's like when you get fibre optic, yeah, or hyper optic, which is the big one at the moment. That's the bee's knees one, and we've had that. We don't have it anymore because we don't have it in the area where we live, but where we used to live, we had that, and it was the best. But it's only from the box on the street to you. It's still analog before that.
It is.
Mine's not.
You have to read the fine print.
Mine's got my fibre comes off the pole these days.
Yeah, but the
but that goes to a box.
Yeah, it's only a little box in my house though. Then it's gigabit Ethernet from there. So
yeah, but the thing is, I know what Gareth means on this because I had this conversation when I had people coming round and knocking on the door and trying to sell me fibre optic, and I was like, So where's the fibre optic? I said, so there's fibre optic from the main hub all the way to my door.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no. The fighter says, right, okay, so I'm not getting full fibre optic then, am I? Well, no, you are. I said, no, just go away. The gate, go away. I thought, I'm not having that. I'm not some sort like, I'm not gullible. I know my rights.
You were just about to mention Virgin.
Yeah.
Well, we had full Virgin fibre optic, and that's one of the worst that we ever had.
But I didn't realize until I had mine stopped. It was sort of the coax from sort of the last point of entry of the actual cable. It takes it the last stretch. So of course, although it was still quick, it was always going to be inherently limited by that last stretch. Whereas now I've got the same bandwidth both ways, so it's symmetrical, which is unusual. As you say, normally there's a limiting factor, but I do actually have it's the same both ways, which I think it is full fibre to me. So because it's been put in fresh basically. So yeah.
I mean, I get a gig both ways on my connection.
I mean, all you've got to do is go back to the very beginning of this stream and see that your connectivity issue that was.
but was that outside or was that just my setup? Then that's the thing. There's always going to be.
The thing is, it could be outside because it's like Phil's just said there. You're also sharing the line with your street. So if there's a lot of people on your street using at the same time, the bandwidth is shared.
I'm not sure.
Maybe Joyce down the road had put a washing machine on and it just buggered up your broadband.
I don't even go there. The amount of time I had to try and troubleshoot in my last but one house for it was dimmer switches.
By degree.
Dimmer switches put out a horrible amount of interference on, especially if you're on copper. That's hilarious. Don't do that ever.
I like how you started this debate, but you actually agree that CD is better.
Yeah. I prefer to own my music.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Yeah, I do. I prefer to own. I don't like the fact that on a streaming service, you can have your music taken away from you at any point.
Yeah, and your films and your games.
And your films and your games. Whereas if you've got physical media, it's yours. No bugger's taking it off you.
Yeah, agree. 100%.
So, Ed, what would you be collecting if not toys? Or Spectrum?
I would be collecting the lamentations of their women. What would I be collecting?
Tears
I don't
of children.
know. I honestly do not know. You've taken my Spectrum away from me, so...
But we know that you would go for an hour about the Spectrum, so...
Yeah, isn't that weird talking for a long time about stuff you enjoy? That is just so mad, isn't it? I just can't wrap my head around that concept. What would I collect? Oh, good God.
Martin's stuck on this. He can't think of anything.
Yeah, I must admit.
Notches on the bedpost.
I think no. I've been there. I've done that. I'm
better T-shirts. Why? Thank you very much.
Sorry, someone disrespecting my T-shirt here.
I think he's talking about himself, but yeah,
Oh
I just reflected it back on myself.
What is that that's on yours? Is it something like a demidog or something?
It's from an anime called Kaiju Number 8, where he's the 8th type of kaiju that turns up.
Right, I like the colours.
Yeah, the colours are nice.
Colours.
Yeah. It's a good anime, to be fair.
Yeah.
Martin will take that. Notches on his bedpost.
Yeah. I think, to be fair, it would be... Yeah,
Hats.
I think, well, yes. Hey, listen, you can't beat a good hat. I have a plethora of hats. Obviously, being so well endowed with follicles. Wow. Actually, that's why I'm wearing the hat, to be fair. Yeah. Funny story, this. I woke up this morning and I had no hair. I have no idea what's happened to it.
Thank you, Dave.
I think I would...
Spice Boys.
Would be...
Yes!
Spice Boys.
Jerry Halliwell always used to wear tops like that, didn't she?
She did. She wore the Union Jack top. Yeah. Let me see now. I would say probably. Yeah, it would. I think it'd be stuff like VHS and cassettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something like that. You see, that's the thing. Before I flew the nest and started living on my own, I had quite an impressive and humongous vinyl collection. I had a lot of vinyl and I had a lot of cassettes, and I had a lot of VHSs as well. And in a fit of madness, when I moved into my own place, because it was an early one. It was like an early example. It was a Kenwood Hi-Fi, and it had mini disc on it, but it also had a slot for plugging in, I suppose like the early MP3 players and early versions of USB or whatever it were at that point. So in my malaise at that point, I went to the tip and I threw everything away. Yeah. Which wasn't, in retrospect, it was like...
Postcards from the coast.
Yeah, I'm like, to quote a very famous person, don't! So yeah, I think something like that. Or it would be something completely and utterly random, like that plastic film that you can peel off, like television screens or computer screens, or maybe humorously shaped cornflakes. I don't know. I haven't honestly got a clue what I collect if I didn't collect what I collect. That's my honest answer, because
all right.
Good God, no. No, I don't know. Yeah, there may be a die-cast car in there too, but I didn't really
thimbles.
Novelty thimbles. Yeah, I did have a novelty thimble once from Criccieth, from Gerald. It was the patron, I think, in Criccieth, patron saint of something or other. But yeah, so no, that's my honest answer. I don't know, but I'll go with cassettes and VHSs and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's an easy answer. Because you've taken my Spectrum away from me, bastard.
Well, you already do collect that, and I think you collect it to its fullest as well. Beyond its fullest, really.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're saying.
To spread
that
community and beyond.
I mean, I have an impressive collection of CDs. I have a shit ton of CDs.
I don't display mine anymore. Mine are just sat in drawers.
Oh, I had a ton of marbles as well. In fact, I think I kept mine in a tin, like a Roses or Quality Street tin, the big ones.
Conkers. Collect conkers.
Conkers. Yeah.
Well, if you come round ours at autumn, there'll be plenty. We've got a couple of conker trees in the garden.
Oh, I know what I could collect. I could collect the experiences of fellow collectors. That's what I could collect.
And maybe you could call it something like, the Collector's Archives or something.
Yeah.
I could do, but I don't know.
I think someone's already got that.
Yeah, I think it'd all probably just sound the same anyway if I did.
Well, I think it would sound about 90% the same.
Yeah, I think it'd be 90% the same. I'll leave 10% variance. I'll leave 10% variance there.
I've been
just in case.
See, you found 2 boxes of marbles. Bloody hell! I've got a jar of marbles actually up on the first floor. And it baffles me that nobody's ever asked about it.
Well, I'm not going to.
The windowsill on the first floor. As you go up the steps, it's right there. And I thought when I put it there, everyone's going to be asking about these.
You've bought it now. Now we can't ask about it anymore. We were just about to as well.
Well, that's the thing. Some genius in my household, I will not name them, has decided to display all their marbles inside a glass jar.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it.
Yes, you've seen it, and I'm sure Andy has seen it. And it's like, it looks nice, but the physics and the practicality of it, I hate. Every time I look at it, I'm thinking, I'm going to get up one morning, and all that is just going to be a mess of broken glass at the bottom of the staircase.
I thought you were going to say that you were going to empty it out and rearrange them so that they all fit perfectly on each other.
No. I am not that mental. But yeah, so yeah,
I would try and get as many pictures taken with celebrities as I could. I'd start with the council. Bless you. I think you need a dictionary to find out what celebrity means.
Yeah,
It's all relative.
Thought you'd lost your. I haven't lost them. I've put them in that jar up on the steps.
No, I've not. Seriously though, Steve has a point. All the marbles I had as a kid, I have absolutely no idea where they've gone. I used to have them in a blue pump bag.
Oh, right, okay.
And I've no idea where they've gone. Absolutely no idea. I had some really nice ones. I had a really nice set, and I can't call them what we used to call them when we were kids because apparently it's offensive now. But I had a lovely set of those. They're like the milky white ones, yeah. But we used there was a specific name as kids, back in the 70s and 80s that we call those tags, but you're not allowed to call them that anymore. And then like you had the big ones. I had some of the really big ones. We call them gloggies, the really big ones. So yeah,
they're probably on eBay near you.
Well, but no. I mean, I wouldn't even know how much marbles cost these days.
No.
Yes, I think there were. Were they the ones that looked like they had a piece? Sorry, it's Martin's comment about Kelly's Eye was one called. I think, were they the ones that look like it's like a piece of orange peel or something that's in them? So it's like a clear ball with a bit of a...
You're trying to get more stickers, Martin. What? Oh, well.
So, yeah. Any other topics?
Yeah, the next one that I was going to talk about is the one that I was going to do last time until we had the wacky ideas.
Yes.
That was in response to one of Andy's videos that he'd put up, that he'd got a limited edition Enterprise. Was it the gold one?
Probably, yeah.
Whatever Starship Enterprise it was, but it was limited to 30,000.
Oh.
And I was like, that is an awful lot. At what point, at what kind of number or quantity does something have to be before you just turn around and say, okay, that's an entire production run? It's not limited. It's like just sticking a number on something doesn't make it limited, does it? And that's not a dig at you, Andy, or anything in your collection at all.
It is. He's having a pop at you, Andy. Do him. Next time you see him, do him. Walk into the shop and drag him off at counter.
I don't think I've ever seen Andy be aggressive. That'd be interesting. It'd be worth.
Oh, hey, listen, it's always the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. You just look. You take notice in history. It's always the quiet ones. Jeffrey Dahmer, Fred West. It's always the quiet ones.
I can't believe he's comparing Andy to those.
There will be a reckoning.
There we go. Judge Trent's in the house. So yeah, I don't know. I can remember a lot of years ago that I think it was something Star Wars that I wanted, and I was telling my uncle about it, and I'd said to him, it's really limited though. It's limited edition to 5,000, and he just went, 5,000? That's not limited. He says that's loads.
Oh.
And I was like, no, there's more than 5,000 Star Wars fans in the world. I said, they're all going to be fighting for it.
Well, but again, it's that thing, isn't it? Because it's like, of those, how many will categorically be sold? How many will end up on tips? Right now, that could be 1 in 5. It's like you just don't. And I have not. Obviously, I have browsed for a fair number of ships in the recent past. Never seen that one before. Now that's a thing because they could well be.
Although in the video live chat, I did actually say to you, I said, "Oh, there was one of these at Bolton last time."
Because you're really helpful like that, Gareth, when I'm trying to big something up. It's really helpful. Yeah, thanks. It's really limited. I saw that one of those yesterday.
Well, it was a couple of weeks before. There was like, as an example, those 2 Doctor Who figures that I mentioned earlier on, the second Doctor and the Master, they're limited to 500. Now, I would say that 500 is quite a low number. That's bloody limited. There's,
I mean, yeah, but
I don't know how well you can see it, but that guy there, Gorgo, on his certificate, it's number 7 of 10.
The thing is, though, I mean, you know,
production run.
To be fair to Andy, yeah,
Yeah.
for that enterprise that he was showing, the gold one, yeah, to say that it's sort of like based on a toy that's mass produced, yeah, to say it's limited to 30,000 worldwide, that isn't a lot.
You don't think?
When you consider it in context.
Yeah, it's a question of relativity, so to speak.
Of course it is, yeah.
You know,
30,000 worldwide is not a lot.
If there are normally shed loads of them, then obviously a relatively large number is still a small percentage of the normal production run. So it probably is all relative. And, you know, I mean, if you think about how sort of dinky and, you know, how long dinky products are on the shelves for, how many Thunderbirds and stuff are actually out there?
Yeah, millions. Millions.
It could be astronomical, couldn't it? I'd love to know what the actual number was of actual productions, because they're die-cast, they're going to last forever. So you could have a limited edition that lasts a long time because it's sturdy, and then others might evaporate very, very quickly because they're fragile, in which case it makes it even more limited, if you see what I mean. You know.
That's what I was laughing at. That is a belting comment, Blackadder.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's all relative. It's like who actually cares anymore.
It is.
Like,
yeah. I mean,
I'd be
I
interested
would even
to see how many they did of the normal Enterprise, or maybe not the Enterprise, but the other ships in that range around about the time that gold one came out. Yeah, because I think the gold one came out a little bit further towards the end of the run.
It wasn't actually that much later than the first one came out. I think it was 93, and they only released the first one in 92, apparently. Yeah, because they did weirdly. I mean, this is the weird thing about Next Generation. It actually started in the late 80s, and they didn't come out until the 90s. So it was already quite late on before they started making products for it. Weirdly.
Yes, I remember that, Sean. Actually, yeah, with the Franklin Mint and the Danbury Mint stuff. Yeah, it was firing days. So they could get like 2 million done in one day. It's limited edition. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
But again, in the context of things, if you're talking worldwide, 1 million is still not a lot. It's not a lot. You know, I mean...
I get what you're saying, but we're not talking about pound coins here, you know, where everybody wants loads of them. We're talking about something that's relatively niche, that you've then got to find people who are interested in that niche and interested enough to want to collect the items related to it.
I get that.
Then you've got to find enough people that fit that category that can afford to buy it.
I get that, but let's take Andy's Gold Enterprise as an example, yeah? Mm-hmm. I'd bet a tenner that every one of those 30,000 got sold.
Probably. I'd be interested to know if they were discounted towards the end, though.
That's irrelevant. The relevance is that they were produced and they were sold and people bought them, yeah? And it's still, you know, there will be more than 30,000 Star Trek fans globally.
The simple reality of it is, if you put a sticker on something that says it is limited, certain people their brains will go click, and they will want it more because they'll perceive it as rare. And as soon as some people see things as being rare, they must have it because it is rare.
Yeah, and I'm sure that kind of I'm sure that kind of shenanigans goes on by producers. You know, they'll put, we'll stick a limited edition on it and people will buy it, and it's not.
It's false.
So I'm sure that happens. Yeah. But I think in the case of Andy's Enterprise, I think I've got to side with Andy on this one. I think a 30,000 production run, in the grand scheme of things, I think you could class that as a limited edition.
But the interesting thing is, that all of the I think pretty much all of the Playmates releases say it's collector's edition and then there's a number. They're all numbered, but it's like I don't know what the end number is. So it's like it clearly wasn't a new idea to them but they obviously made it more explicit. I think on that one to try and pull people in.
I mean, to give it some kind of point of reference, maybe that might be a decent phrase to use on this one. With Star Trek, you might not be surprised to know that one of the numbers that they tend to limit things to is 1,701. And some of those don't even sell out. So from that point of view and that perspective, it's like 30,000 is an awful lot of something.
But you see, I think that what Playmates did was quite clever because, as I said on the video, I think it's partly aimed at collectors who might like it because it's gold and they know why it's gold, but it's still a gold spaceship that has play features. It's not a statue. So actually, it's still aimed at maybe the kids who didn't get the first wave of Enterprises and they want something funky and different, maybe, as well as collectors. So I bet they did sell them. The fact I think
it's probably more a case of they had tons of Enterprises left and they were like, damn, what do we do with all these? Let's spray them gold and sell them as a limited edition.
Well, that does raise another interesting question of what was the original 1992 production run of Enterprises?
Yeah. I'm not really talking about the values here because some limited edition things are not worth as much as unlimited things. It's just I'm trying to determine, or at least discuss, not determine, I don't really care, just as a point of, just a discussion topic as to what do you consider to be limited? You know, where do you think the cutoff point is, if indeed there is one? I mean, I think it was The Walking Dead issue 1, which its launch issue, it wasn't limited, but it had a production run of 7,000. That was its production run, and obviously it had to go to reprint and reprint and reprint and reprint. I don't know how many they ended up doing, but yeah, it was only 7,000, and that's just something that's £2 or £3.
One might argue that everything you sell, bar the really modern stuff, is a limited edition by virtue of the fact it's no longer being produced. So this is a limited edition because very few of them still exist in the world. Possibly, maybe, perhaps. Do you see what I've done there? No marketing required. This is limited because it's old.
We got rare cosmic toy. Yes, there's double digits of those. And there will always be just double digits of
Instant
those.
scarcity right there, ladies and gentlemen.
But right, you see, this is the thing, right? This is where, right. This is my opinion on this. It's like, you know, when people, I'll use Transformers as an example.
No.
So
really?
someone will go onto a Facebook group or they'll go onto eBay and say rare boxed G1 Mirage.
It's got to be
like,
capitalized rare.
Yeah. It's like, right, okay. It's not rare. Millions of those were produced. What's rare? It's not the figure. It's rare that they come available. That's what's rare. So the actual figure itself isn't rare because, like I say, millions of them produced, and I'm sure there's probably still millions of them that are still boxed over the world, you know, all over the planet somewhere, yeah, in people's collections. So to say that a particular figure is rare is wrong. It's a mislabel. It's a misadvertisement. Like I say, what it is, it's the availability that is rare, not the actual piece. You know, so, and I think a lot, you know, and in instances like that, a lot of people are duped into overpaying for something, you know, because like I say,
it might be rare at a particular quality, given its age. You know, there's that, isn't there?
I tell you what is rare. Anything that's graded over 9.5 by comic book graders and toy graders.
You know, they probably won't be interested in 9.5s. They're really chasing 9.6s and 9.8s. I don't think there's a 9.7.
Right.
I think it's, yeah.
Curious.
White Feather's got an interesting question here for you. He's found a small Centurions figure around about the size of a G.I. Joe, but can't find any reference to him. Have you got any ideas what it could be? And thank you for joining us as well, White Feather.
I suspect there are probably knockoffs even of the Centurion. In fact, there was another line that someone somewhere did that looked similar. I can't remember what they're called, but there was...
just Google it. That's what I'm doing now. I'm just Googling it.
Google it. There is something that looks like Centurions, but isn't it? And it did.
Do you know if it looks like it's vintage or if it's could potentially be modern?
Right. Is this? Are we talking Centurions as in Power Extreme, or are we talking a Centurion from Battlestar Galactica?
Or are we talking a Roman Centurion?
Or that?
Or is it a Vermin? Is it Bigus Dickus?
Yeah. I think
I have a friend, you know.
If he's referenced G.I. Joe, I'm guessing he means Power Extreme Centurions, but I could.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah, but you see, you've got the 3 3/4 inch Battlestar Galactica figures, and they did a Centurion in that, a silver and a gold one.
It doesn't look new.
It's not BSG, right? Okay. I've just done a quick Google search myself, and I can't find anything. So I suspect it could be a knockoff.
It's not Battlestar.
Like I've put 3
you may have some
3/4
kind of bootleg.
Yeah. If you lick it, does the paint on it taste a bit metallic?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Try 4-inch.
It's ringing a really vague bell with me, and it's going to annoy me now.
Does it have the holes in it like a Centurion figure would have?
There's laser faults, but they light up, apparently.
There's someone who does customs.
Space Cobra plane robot. Looks cool, but not relating.
Anyway, why are we Googling this? Why are we doing work for this guy? Come on. White Feather, we appreciate you watching.
We're helpful folks.
You have a wife, you know.
We appreciate you watching.
You certainly do. You certainly do. Could possibly be a McDonald's toy. I don't know if they did. McDonald's toys of. I don't know.
We're only teasing you, White Feather.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Chop. Don't worry, Chop.
The green figure with helmet and holes all over him. Okay, interesting.
Right.
Like Max Ray, then.
He appreciates the. See, look at that. That's why we do it, because it's appreciated.
I know, I'm teasing him.
Okay, let's try something different.
It has to be expected.
That's a segment we really should start putting in here. Is question the council, quiz the council, and just throw these random things at us to see whether or not we can either know about them in the first place or find out what they are.
I mean, you're talking about limited. Ooh. I'll show. This is one of a few limited figures that I've got.
Centurion. Hang on.
The Diaclone.
Oh.
Coloured Magnus. This is limited to 1,500 pieces worldwide.
See, I consider that to be quite limited.
It's a Japan Toy Fair special edition.
Where's my stream gone?
There you are. Oh, there you are. Oh.
Can the council tell me where to find the best price on Heinz baked beans? I think it needs to be related to what we usually discuss, and no, that doesn't mean any coconuts or bounties.
Good agree.
Test the council. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, there we are.
In his Diaclone colours. It's what?
Can you do that midstream? Just switch camera.
Yeah, of course I can.
Oh, blooming hell! Apparently you can do.
Oh, can you see that?
Something? Yeah, just give us a second.
Can you put
I've
that
just
up?
picked the wrong camera there. There we go. Back. Andy wants to display the. Could it be that? It's a very tiny picture, but could it be that, White Feather?
I think you should have tried to find a smaller picture, Andy.
Everyone's a
And we
Crusader.
can't zoom in on that, can we?
Apparently not. Let me.
White Feather, if you've got a magnifying glass, now's your chance.
Well, if he's
mate.
watching on his phone, he might be able to pinch out. No, that's not it. The helmet is fixed. If the helmet's fixed, I'd guess that it's bootleg.
Okay. I'll keep searching.
Do you want to do it off air?
Yeah.
Don't know what.
I'm going to say that, but I thought you'd take me off because that was obvious. But anyway.
I'll put him up there. You stop up there, Ultra Magnus. I'll put Ultra Magnus there because I can't deal with him at the moment.
I haven't looked at anything good. Oh, what are you asking? Have you tried the Jalfreezy beans, Dave? Can the council find me an original Evel Knievel stunt rider? Not right this minute.
Yeah, we can't do it. It's not ideal for us to do it at the moment. But if you wait a while later.
I think they're limited. Got a tin at Christmas and not being able to find any again. There we are. Limited edition Jalfreezy beans. What have I... It's excellent, isn't it? That's the fun of live streams.
Tell you what's limited. Do you remember Pink Yorkies?
No.
They did a limited run of Pink Yorkies. You know, because
Marion
obviously
thinks that your Magnus is nice.
Oh, it's there. It's just there. It's still there. It's going there. Yeah, they did. Yeah, because obviously Yorkies are not for girls, but they did a limited run of Pink Yorkies that were for girls.
Okay,
so
well,
they could be.
I think Ben remembers them. It might have been for Tickled Pink.
No one's tickling my pink. Thank you very much. Hey, we're in 52 minutes.
We are. So, are we going to have some pickups? I've got a banner for that. Show us your bits. Have we got any pickups? Has anyone got anything that they want to show off? Well, this was a wonderful episode, wasn't it?
I've got some bits and bats.
Go on then, Andy. Show us your bits.
Show us your bits, Andy.
Now, these will be appearing in a video tomorrow evening, but...
I had that. I saw this in your thumbnail and I was like, oh my God, that takes me back.
So is this
that's my spirit book.
This is like Mr. Men, but not Mr. Men, basically. Same bloke, Timbuktu.
Yeah.
And that is very, very... That's pinging all sorts of neurons in me, that one. Those characters, I definitely have memories of those, but I don't remember...
Andy, that you can go to Timbuktu, but you'll never find a Nessie in the zoo?
No, I know.
Oh. You're not going to read it to us, are you?
Yeah, it's story time with Andy. Andy's story time. Are you sitting comfortably, children?
That'd be a change from me, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Have you
monkey from Timbuktu? There you go.
Have you drunk your milk? Andy, this milk tastes funny. Shut up and get it drunk.
We've kind of come full circle here because the reason I started doing those story time videos, it was the Godzilla ones and the Kong ones, and then more recently I did the Masters at Universe ones, didn't I? The whole idea behind that was years ago I used to read the Mr. Men books to my daughters. And I always wanted to read them on video, not my face, just the pictures from the book and everything.
Yeah. And
so that my daughters would be able to listen to them and watch them whenever they wanted, and maybe they could show them to their grandkids in the future. And then I looked and I saw how many of these books there were, and I was like, no, because I'm a completist. Yeah. And I never did it, but then I did the Godzilla ones. And now we're back to Roger Hargreaves again.
No, you're a quitter. That's what you are.
I'm a quitter.
You quit.
I'm a quitter. Yes. Awesome. So yeah, it's like... Love them.
Oh.
The burger one is an American one.
Burgertron.
Yeah, that's a quarter pounder. We didn't get that over here because we didn't have quarter pounders.
Okay, interesting. Does this guy have a head?
Yeah, flip it up.
I can't flip it. There's nothing to flip. So
This is where you see a grown man break his toy on screen.
Yeah, I
Again,
know. I think somebody must have broken this one. Or maybe they glued it. Maybe it's somebody.
the head just should flip round.
I know. Well, I know. I can see where the seam is. I agree completely, but it just doesn't want to go. So I'll have to have a play with it elsewhere, I think. So, and my son, for Father's Day, thank you, son. He got me a blinking Funko Pop.
Me too.
This is revenge for the fact because I got him a Funko Pop that I won. I tried to pass on to him, and he wasn't having any of it. So this is revenge, basically.
I got one too, not from your son, because that'd be weird, and there would be questions to be. Yeah, there would be many questions to be asked. But I got one. I got a Chewie. Yeah. And I'm just praying to God it's a Chewbacca from the original trilogy, because it's from the sequel trilogy. It's going in the bin.
I did actually pick up a couple of things from my wanderings today. So, but somebody else do a couple of show and tells. I'm going to run and grab those. They're not exciting.
Okay. Ed, go on then.
Why have you got not to show?
Very little.
Well, let's wait for Andy to get back. Then we can all be involved, can't we?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I will just disappear. I'll leave you on screen.
Why?
Because I'm going to go get my Father's Day present.
All right. Okay. Right then. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit like Garth Elgar now on Wayne's World. You know, when he's just left on his own. It's like, yeah, we're having fun here, aren't we? I'm having fun.
I'm back. I did
Anyway,
in fact mean
why
to
are you all
wear it.
watching me? I'm feeling people's eyes all over me, and I don't
should
like
do
it.
as well.
People are
You should do,
watching me. Stop.
I'm going to bring this back up anyway because Buford was asking, is he normal? Well, having met you several times, I can attest that you certainly are not. Try hot water, Andy. It fixes everything. Bam
Yeah,
it.
apart from metal screws, Dave.
Andy, are you going to carry on showing your wares then?
Come on.
And we got two more things. So
Go on.
I've been feeling a bit left out, quite frankly.
Okay.
Because you've all been going
Diecast.
You've all been going diecast crazy without me, so I found myself in an entertainer and I got this random thing.
It's a fad. It'll pass. They'll move
I
on
know
to
it'll
something
pass.
else soon.
I know it'll pass, but it was only like £3 or something equally stupid, so, you know. Hot Wheels Transformers, Bumblebee that doesn't look anything like Bumblebee. Woo!
Yeah. Bumblebee, the hot rod years.
Yeah. He's got quite shiny wheels.
It's still a VW bug.
Apparently so. In fact, a custom Volkswagen Beetle, apparently.
It's time for What Can Ed Collect? Diecast, says Martin.
And also this.
Oh, cool.
Studio Series Spike.
He was reduced.
In
And I took pity upon him, but I also thought it was quite unusual to see a human in any form as a Transformers toy.
Take care, Sean.
Bye, Sean.
Take care.
Clean shaven. Yeah, I like that, Sean. That's good. Is it your beard you're shaving, or your better half's beard?
Apparently, he does transform like in the film, like.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because I always wondered how they managed it in the film without them breaking bones. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that was just little. Wait, that must be about the smallest. Is that the smallest Transformers the movie toy they did? I don't know, but
Nope.
Nope. Fair enough. So yeah, that was it. That was literally all I picked up because I felt I couldn't leave without getting something. Having browsed around the place briefly.
Limited edition shampoo bottles.
Yeah, I want a bottle of 1970s
Mr. Matey.
Yeah, Bubble Ship Matey. It was Bubble Ship Matey then, not Mr. Matey. Bubble Ship Matey. Or a bottle of Ozine.
Yeah.
Oh,
not that I have any use
Vosine.
for it now. I've no use for Vosine now.
And that
but,
twisty, the twisty top.
Yeah, twisty top, yeah.
Twisty top, yeah. Things that stick with us, there you go.
Why am I enlarged? Why
are you not showing anything?
Oh,
why indeed?
Gareth has engorged me.
Yes, exactly.
Right then, I will...
Just a smidgen.
There we go. So, are you ready?
I just hope you've got pants on.
Are you ready? Right then, well... I'm actually...
Probably millions were made.
I've actually sat on one of the things I'm going to show you.
Oh, right, okay.
This is very much a case of read the small print. Yeah. I went to order what I thought was a desk mat. You know, like what you see here, a desk mat. I wasn't sent a desk mat. I was sent a mat, but it's not a desk mat. It's more akin to a shower mat. Yeah.
Lost in translation, perhaps.
Yeah. So I have been told in no uncertain terms that this is not allowed to be in the shower. You know, in the bathroom. So I've taken it upon myself to use it as a cushion. To place my two dainty little cheeks upon. Are you ready? I think I've built it up enough. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here is one of my show and tells for this evening. Ta-da!
Hey! That is desk size, though.
It's not a desk mat, though, is it?
It's not a desk mat. It's soft and fluffy. So you could actually say that this evening...
Can someone just explain to me what a desk mat is supposed to be?
Yeah. You see, so you could say, actually, this evening, I have been on the spectrum.
Haha.
So, yeah, that's one pickup. And to be fair, it is very, very soft. It is nice and soft. It is kind. Especially when you're wearing shorts, it's kind to the back portions of the thigh. Yeah?
Spectrum!
So, yeah, so I'm just going to put it back and sit back on it because it's comfy.
It's meeting with approval from our audience.
Thank you, gentlemen out there. I am glad. Right then, the second show and tell. Right, is everybody close their eyes? Come on, everybody, you got to close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Will that do?
Okay.
You're spoiling fun of it.
I didn't hear him. Just get on with it.
Well, close everyone's eyes for them.
I want people to shut their eyes. I want the power, the unlimited power. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. But G.I. Joe classified snake armor.
Okay.
Right.
This arrived this morning. This is lovely. This is very nice. Very nice indeed. So that's what I've got to show. He's very stiff, but he's all bendy and he does all stuff like that, and he's got attachments, you know, like flame.
Can we pretend for one moment that we know what era this is from? I'm assuming this is actually a new thing. This
is G.I. Joe classified snake armor.
Brand new.
Yeah, brand new. It only came out today. It's been on pre-order. This is what I mean. Sometimes Hasbro do things right. Yeah, I pre-ordered this in March. The pre-order went up in March, and it wasn't supposed to be released until August. But it's come in June, and it's like, yo, I'm in for that. You know, I'm on board for that. But it's so it's over in the UK. This would have been red, and it would have been called the battle armor. Sorry, not battle escape armor. Yeah, escape armor. So I'm
it's a modernized Tiger Zord.
So yeah, and like I said, he's got loads of different attachments. So he's got like a gun thing. Well, actually, yeah, it's like another flamethrower thing, but he's got a movable handle on. He's got like a missile.
It's possibly the most 80s 2025 toy I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's got another hand. He's got a claw.
I can't quite explain why.
He's got more flame effects, you know, flamethrower effects. And then the other thing, and like I say, he's all bendable and he's articulated and stuff like that. Nice bit of heft to it. It's pretty chunky. But you do this, you lift those up, and you open these. Yeah. And then you lift that up, and you pull this down, and he sits a classified figure in there.
So basically, it's like Spike's exo armor from Transformers.
A little bit, yes, but it was obviously the escape armor was before the exosuit stuff from Transformers. But yeah, so it's
I'm not thinking of the movie, Ed. I'm thinking of the comic.
Oh yes, when he was battling Shockwave. Yes, but again, I would say that this came before that.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's my pickup that arrived today. I will do a video on this, so that will be coming in due course because I think it deserves one. The detail on the inside of it, every there's all detail. There's head-up display screens. He's got 2 joysticks. He's got a seat belt that goes on him. So yeah, it's. Sorry, Andy. Yeah.
So I was just going to say, I mean, I suppose if anything, it's probably closest to anything mecha-y out of anime that's piloted. Because if you think about sort of Robotech Battloids and that sort of thing, they've got a single person sat in the suit and it's quite kind of close in like that with joysticks and stuff. So it's kind of reminiscent of that. Actually, I think that's why it's giving me such 80s vibes, because it's like it was built to be something from one of those series back in the day,
Well, that's what I mean. I'm sure you're familiar with the Action Force escape armor.
No, I'm not actually, because Action Force
you
passed me by, but I will take your word for it.
I do have it, but it's packed away, and I'm not ferreting around for it. But it's essentially it's basically the 3 3/4 scale, and it's the escape armor from Action Force, which is based off the Snake battle armor from G.I. Joe. It's just repainted a different colour. It's essentially, it's more like a suit rather than mech thing that you pilot. Yeah.
Right, got you.
Where what they've done is to modernise it for the classified line. They've made it more as like a mech, like a mech thing that you can pilot.
Cool.
And the box, it's a very nice box as well that it comes in. That's the box for it.
That's a surprisingly small box for something that size.
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah, so essentially it was packaged that way, so it was like stood up in the box. I thought that when the box came, I thought, right, is there some assembly required?
Yes, yeah.
But no, it's quite snug in the box.
I love that they've put 3 in the box artwork to try and encourage people to buy multiples.
Hey, I'll tell you something. If these ever go on sale, yeah, and they reduce them, I'll pick up another 2, or at least another 1, because I like I say, Hasbro do get things right from time to time, and on this one they have got it right. It's a nice quality. It feels sturdy. Nothing about it feels cheap or nasty. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with it.
It's like the Matrix, not the good one.
Ooh.
There we go. That's my pickup.
Is that everything?
That is everything. Yeah, that's a small onion, as they say.
Okay, cool.
A shallot. That's shallot.
Shallot. Okay, then, fair enough. In that case, I'll try and be adventurous too, then.
I'm surprised you haven't already done this, Gareth.
What?
Having your second camera setup thing.
Well, I didn't realise when I've tried doing 2 cameras, I've tried having them ready at the same time so I could just flick between the 2. I didn't realise you could sort of like disconnect and reconnect while you were live.
Yeah.
So, Andy's found something.
Hasn't got holes in it though.
Ah.
They just describe themselves as a centurion figure. I don't know if the gentleman's still here. That was
A White Feather, are you still here?
I don't know. I think he left. He may have left, or he may not be. He may still be here. He may have gone silent.
That doesn't look Centurion, so does it?
no, but the fact that they've called it out as centurion suggests to me that it was marketed similarly.
Looks a bit Captain Planet-y thing. Is it Captain Planet?
Well, that's the thing. It's just a kind of generic, isn't it? It's generic, probably trying to trade off something else. So maybe the packaging was made out to make it look like it's a Centurion thing, but
right, okay.
Identical to
the full figure.
Okay, all right.
Still here. Thank you for staying with us.
Tell you what, White Feather. What you need to do is, if you go onto the Cosmic Toys website, you'll find an email link, and email Gareth a picture of it. So then, when we do the Cosmic Council in 2 weeks, we can see what it looks like.
Yeah, we'll be able to do an image search really easily off the back of that. I mean, Google Lens it.
Or you can drop us a message via Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah. Yes, there is that as well, yeah.
Yeah. or in the link in the description for all of our videos. There'll be.
In fact, really,
the email.
that's what we ought to do. We ought to have a dedicated Cosmic Council contact, so folk can send us stuff like that. And
I
we can
would
take
be
a look
over the
at.
moon with that, yeah.
All three of us can access it. So whenever we're available, we can dip in and do a search on whatever the lovely audience out there decides to sell us.
There you go,
Send
then, Ed.
us.
That's something for you to get up to this week.
No, I'm not doing
Thank
it.
you for volunteering.
No. I just come up with the ideas. I have the ideas. It's your show. It's up to you. It's your thing.
Okay, my pickups. First pickup, and it's been the most enjoyable of this evening, actually, is this wonderful bar of chocolate that I got today. Quite a nice, sizable bar of chocolate, rum, raisin, nuts, and as we've been conversing, this is what I've got left. It's scrummy.
Wait, it was scrummy.
It was scrummy, yeah. I've got a bumblebee. This is a Temu special. Oh, Andy's wanting to share something else. He picks his times, doesn't he?
You go on. No, it's have to be instantaneous. But that looks like one that's got a helmet attached to it. And
It still doesn't look anything like a Centurion.
No, but
No.
we're narrowing the field.
So yeah, it's a Temu special. Is this 1/32 scale or 132? One of the other. Yeah, I'm going to say 1/32. 1/32 scale.
That's nice.
It could be a brighter yellow, if you kind of know what I mean. In fact, it looks brighter on screen than what it does in hand, but it is pullback. Oh, I love me some pullback. Did I really just say that on a live stream?
Yes, you did.
Oh dear. Opening doors. We love opening doors, don't we, Dave? We do. And it's just a cheap piece of crap, really. RMZ City is the brand. But it'll go nice with my little movie cars, will that? So yeah, it is going to do. And just before we went live, I finally managed to unbox this. The blooming screw was so tight in this. My little mini screwdriver wouldn't work. I had to go get a full-size screwdriver. Jeep Wrangler. I already have the Jungle Explorer. If you remember it, the bright green one. So when I saw this one on the shelf in the British Walmart supermarket, Asda, I thought,
listen,
I'll have that.
There's no wrong with having a tight screw in a Jeep.
Yeah, opening doors again. This is a Jada one. So yeah, nice little model. No pullback action on this. You don't get that on official stuff, sadly. What else do I have to show you? And that's it for toys. That's it for toys. I got another Doctor Who record.
Oh.
Now this one, it's an 8. Well, it says it on the packet there, doesn't it? Limited edition. It's exclusive to HMV.
There can be only one.
Yeah, and it really, really annoys me, does this, because I've got the whole range of them, and I've been putting off getting this one because I wasn't paying 40 quid for it, which is ridiculous. All the rest, apart from the record store day ones, they've cost me 30. So 40 I thought was absolutely ridiculous. There's no more extra records in it. It's still just got the 2.
So you'll pay 200 quid for a figure, but you won't pay 40 quid. There's £10 more for a record.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all relative.
Anyway, I've waited, and I've waited, and I've waited, and this £40 record ended up in the HMV 3 for £66 deal, which is £22 each. Now I'll take one, thank you very much. So I finally got the Highlanders, which this is, and as the other 3 had to be got, the other 2, I got Pet Shop Boys, Very, which is indeed a very Pet Shop Boys album. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but if you haven't, what the hell are you doing? Your age group, you should have heard Very by Pet Shop Boys. And more my age group, Maroon 5, Songs About Jane, which is an album I grew up listening to over and over and over again. I love this album, so I've had it on CD a couple of times now, and now I've also got it on vinyl. And that's pretty much my pickups. Bit shocking, isn't it? It's pretty poor, to be fair, for my normal fare. That's it. Crappy pickups this time. Well, they're not crap, but it's not.
No.
It's not Cosmic Council cosmic stuff, is it? What's happened to your screen, Gareth? That happened to my screen. Just stick it on our WhatsApp group. Well, they have to be members of our WhatsApp group to be able to add it onto the WhatsApp group, Steve. And I don't think I would recommend to anybody to be sticking their mobile number in the live chat so that I can add them.
No.
Not clever.
That. No.
I figured it out. Now that's limited. What's limited?
I mean, is it limited though? Is it really?
What's limited? Food pickups. Oh, my chocolate. Yeah, probably all around my mouth as well. See, even Ben likes that chocolate. It's good chocolate. Got the brains ticking, haven't I? Yeah, he keeps going back to it, doesn't he?
Tick tock, tick tock.
Opening door. No need to apologise. Mini screwdriver wouldn't work. Yeah, I'm talking about this. It's my mini screwdriver.
Right tool for the right job.
Exactly. It normally works. I had to get the full-on big tool out.
Flame on.
That cannon looks phallic. I had not noticed that.
Ooh.
No, it doesn't. That's just your dirty mind. You spent too much time around me, mate. That's what it is. Pet Shop Boys are awesome. They are indeed. Is it songs about Jane Goldman? Limited to the number of idiots who would pay £40 for a record. It's not. Shit.
Don't get me wrong.
I do actually need to list this one. I've not. It's one where the visuals don't exist anymore. Is this one? It's audio only now, but it's a second Doctor story, so it ties in nicely to that figure earlier on. It's also the first appearance of Jamie McCrimmon, Fraser Hines, in Doctor Who, so it's quite an important one.
I mean, it is quite interesting. You could look at it in one way of looking at it is HMV have got you to spend more for the record you wanted, and then foisted 2 records on you that you wouldn't have picked up.
Oh no, yeah. I would have picked up those, but I wouldn't have paid full price for them.
But in this particular instance, you wanted one record at 40 quid, but you've not spent 40 quid. You've ended up spending 66.
66. Yeah, no, I do know what you're saying there.
Yeah.
I do know what you're saying
and
there.
Therein lies the beauty of the 3-4 offers.
Yeah. Which
What's
is
annoying is 6 months ago this deal was 3 for 55.
Right. Inflation.
They've put it up to 3 for 66 now, which I think is a massive jump.
It's Starmer's Britain. That's what
Starmer's
it is.
Britain. That's right. Yeah.
That's the price you pay for communism.
Yeah. Steve still got his 1981 7-inch Doctor Who vinyl that he bought from Madame Tussauds when Peter Davison took over, and they updated the theme music plus astronauts on the B-side.
Yeah, I like a bit of that.
I don't know if this is such a random bit of factoid type information to put out, but all Pet Shop Boys albums are singular words for the titles. I don't know if you'd ever noticed that. Actually, very fundamental. They're all single words for the titles, and for the B-sides that are on all their albums, a lot of people had suggested that they're actually better than the main song that they release, the A-sides. So they planned at one point to release another album with all of their B-sides on it, and it was going to be called Besides, which I think is pure genius. When it came to it, though, they just went one step further and called it Alternative. They're very clever. I do like the Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's. I mean, a few bands have done that. They've done compilations of the B-sides because there are some good tracks on B-sides. When back in the days when you buy a 45-inch single, you'd get some cracking B-side tunes on there. But yeah,
I
no,
tell you what, he's
they're a good
absolutely
group.
bang on. These figures that he's trying to
Identify.
show us are identical to the full-size Centurions.
Right.
Are they
They're
actually
just smaller.
Centurions?
Let's see whether or not I can get... I've got them on my phone now. Let's see whether or not I can get them onto the computer. Wow, that was quick. Right, okay. I can share these and you can have a look at them.
Extreme.
Okay.
This was going to be next week, wasn't it? But
Yeah, but right, the question we do have to ask here, we have, before we show them, we need to ask the question: are they small figures, or does White Feather have obscenely large hands? Yeah, that because it's a consideration. Yeah,
Consideration.
in that case, I'm going to change the image.
Look at the size of that hand; it's huge.
Wow.
How many fingers?
Oh, what am I doing wrong? I know what I'm doing wrong. There we go.
That is a teeny weeny Centurion.
Or a giant hand.
Or a giant hand.
Yeah.
Have you seen Inner City Fresher by Flight of the Conchords? I haven't seen it, no. Jeremy Needlehand. And he admits that he does indeed have large hands, but one of the pictures is next to
Huge.
an Action Force figure. So there you go.
Oh,
so it's
there we
about
go.
3 inches. It's actually smaller.
And the Raymond Toys ones are smaller, but they're not that much smaller, so it's not one of them.
So that's looking like it's only got 5 points of articulation, by the looks of it. If any articulation at all. Does it have articulation, White Feather, or is it a static figure?
It looks like it's got some joints, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's got the same articulation as the Action Force figure there.
No, I know what's happened. I know what it is. He left it in his pocket when he put it in wash.
I knew you were going to say
It
that.
shrunk.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes, arms and legs move, but they don't bend. Does the head turn? I'm assuming the head turns. Head moves. There we go. Head moves. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing that's a bootleg of some kind.
Fascinating.
Or was there ever a Centurions playset or something that may have had a smaller scale figure come with it?
That is a really good shout.
Yeah, that is a good shout.
Who made?
There we go.
Who? Sound like a bloody
I was searching for Hasbro, but it's actually Kenner, isn't it?
It's Kenner, yeah. I mean, there was like something definitely like binoculars or something.
That's not it.
What was it? It was like a
Oh, I had it then for a second.
No, it's like I found it.
It
came attached to a pair of binoculars.
Oh, binoculars, yeah. That's what I was just trying to hunt them down. I was trying to find them on eBay.
Yeah, it was the Centurions Max Ray Micro Scan Binoculars. Shall I share my screen?
Please do, sir.
Please do. And we've reached a conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, at long last. There you
go. Boosh. Just like that.
There you go. Look at it. First time I search for it and I find it.
Should have searched earlier then, shouldn't you?
When
I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered. But White Feather's stuck with us and I wasn't going to let him down. Leave no man behind.
We have a winner! That's awesome, and he's so grateful.
Can I zoomy? Zoomy. No. $485.
Wow.
Yeah, but no one's bought it. And it does look
maybe they
haven't.
Yeah, maybe they haven't bought it because it's attached to some binoculars.
Maybe. Maybe.
What the hell's that?
There are Centurion's pencil top erasers as well that I've never seen.
There we go. Oh, look, there's an oddly coloured Thomas.
That's Lady.
Hot Wheels purple action figure playset.
No, that's Lady. It's the Brio one as well.
Lady? Who's Lady?
Lady. She was introduced in the Thomas the Tank Engine movie. Was it the Magic Railway? It was called the one that was made. Adam Baldwin or Alex Baldwin.
All right.
One of the Baldwins played the
Alec.
controller.
Right. What, the large portion controller?
Yeah, the rotund.
Rotund.
I said, what a word that is, eh? The rotund.
Rotund. I don't know, it rolls off the tongue quite nicely, doesn't it? Rotund.
Not bad for a 50p pickup from a car boot sale. No, I'd say you've done all right. See, it says lady on side of it as well.
He's done well, as lad. He's done well.
Yes. And I'd say lad as well with those hands.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. You can get a Doc Terror torch, where they sort of replace the inside of Doc Terror with a torch.
All right, okay.
The donut.
They must think the sun shines right out of his ass.
Yep, exactly. Go the other way.
I've got a Boba Fett torch. Oh.
Is that a Lego one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Lego one.
Lego one.
He goes just
excellent.
Up there. So there we go. Well, I'm glad we've brought some closure for Whitefeather.
Yeah. So we've done 2 topics, and I'm not talking the chocolate bars. We've done 2 topics. We've done toy news, a very long portion of toy news. We've done pickups. We've found an elusive piece of information.
Yeah.
And we're 2.5 hours in.
Yeah. I mean, are we sure it's a topic a chocolate bar or is it a biscuit? Is it more?
There's no biscuit in it. There's no biscuit in it. So no, it's not a biscuit. It's not a chocolate. It's not a biscuit. It is a chocolate bar.
It's a chocolate bar.
Yeah,
That's
no
okay then.
You
We need to tell
Mars.
the people.
It's not. It's like Mars bar's not a biscuit.
No, we need to tell people then to stop putting Jaffa cakes in the biscuit aisle. They're not biscuits.
Long one tonight. Yeah, it's been full though, hasn't it? I don't think it's dipped. Do you know what I mean?
There's been no lull.
Very productive.
It's been at this level all night. It's
Yeah.
not. There's been no. Sometimes it's up and down. Sometimes it's low. Sometimes it's high. But it's been up there.
I think so.
It's like I feel like I'm raving being up here like that.
What now, Andy?
Well, look, that looks vaguely looks like they did the similar sort of mold for that one as well. Centurion's novelty radio. So that little.
What's that? What's point?
So
Don't presume pronouns, Gareth. Did Rosford teach you nothing?
Now you see, that's now so passé. Pronouns are passé now. It's all about adjectives. That's what's in now. What's your preferred adjective? That's what the hip kids are all digging on now.
The hip kids. Kids. Okay. Wow. So, Andy, I believe you've got a video coming out tomorrow.
I have. Yes, I have. It's this random little website that I completely randomly tripped across. I've literally got no idea how I found it. And yet, it somehow managed to suck things from my brain and make them available for me to buy. It's really weird. You'll see when you watch the video. But it's really odd.
You've got something from Dubai?
To buy.
Oh, I thought you said Dubai. Oh, what?
No, it's just somewhere down south. It's not that far down south, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So just a random bunch of stuff. And you've seen a little bit of it already, but there are other bits as well. So yeah.
Okay. And Ed, you've
he's going full guns. He's going full bore. It's like I can't. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, you've really hit the YouTube hard again, haven't you?
Me?
No.
It's
like nothing.
No,
nothing
give
for nearly 2 years, 18 months, 2 years. And then
stop.
And then we've got something on a Monday. We got something on a Tuesday. We got something on a Wednesday.
No, you've got plastic die-cast and rubber tyres on a Tuesday, which is showcasing the vehicular modes of Transformers. And then on Sunday, you have Ed's Transformers, where I tell you what I have been playing with through the week. Which
he doesn't show us, fortunately.
But those glasses need an explanation.
Those glasses are awesome. I love those glasses. Sadly, they're not mine, but I do wish they were mine. They're absolutely awesome. I love them. They're brilliant glasses. No, those glasses belong to my daughter. So yeah, no, I'm not one to praise myself because I quite frankly I think I'm shit, but I don't care what anyone says. But the Edge Transformers ones, I am actually enjoying those. I am enjoying making those because they're quite fun. They're quite humorous. The lipstick one.
I just want to know
brilliant.
where you got the inspiration from. You know, the idea of putting a toy vehicle, onto a turntable and filming it, and then uploading that film to YouTube. It blows my mind. I don't know where you would get that kind of.
I got it from you know a few weeks ago when I did that one of the Polistil Mini. I got it from there.
Is that right?
Well, no. What I should say is, I got the idea probably from the same place that the person that I got the idea from got the idea from. Because there's nothing original on YouTube.
No, there isn't.
I was spinning Eagle Moss spaceships.
Yes. So yeah,
Martin thinks you've had some good stuff out.
No, thank you, Martin. I doff my hat to you, sir. But yeah, what we're going to say, so we've got plastic die-cast and rubber tyres on Tuesday. We've got Edge Transformers on a Sunday. Let me look at my schedule here. We've got a Collector's Archive next Thursday. That is going to be with Deskbot Quick Shots, which is going to be Transformer heavy. Is that one? Because he's a masterpiece collector. He's got some nice stuff. And then I'm going to have a what's new in the vault because I need to do Milado here. And then there's going to be there's 3 other things coming, which I can't tell you about because I'm still working on the ideas.
Well, Phil wants another Spectrum feed.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, and there's that as well, yeah. Yeah, there's a Spectrum thing. Yeah, I think I might do that. That might be a Sunday night thing, the Spectrum thing. But I don't know if it'll be definitely something that I will do come the winter months, because I'll be doing it while Call the Midwife is on.
You should mount the cars in a way that you can rotate them like a roast hog.
What, you want to see the underside of the car? You see, that just tells you all you need to know about Dave. It wants to look up the car. It wants to look up the skirt of the car.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not. I do not do vehicle upskirts.
There we are. White Feather's interested in Attic Attack on the ZX Spectrum.
Yeah, Attic Attack, classic. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, I'm horrific at Attic Attack.
Father's Day present. Cherish it or chuck it in the bin. Oh, is that what your picture is? Is that seaweed? In a pyramid bag or something. Anyway, I didn't show you what one of my daughters got me for Father's Day, did I?
Probably not. Unless they got you chocolate.
No.
Nice.
I was supposed to be wearing this tonight. I forgot to change. Oh. Yes, there we are.
Oh, well, or at least the hope so.
Yeah, Holly got me that for Father's Day.
Oh.
And a Father's Day card as well. Harley didn't.
Stop and take a breath.
Yeah, instead, on Father's Day morning, she was like, well, I weren't able to get you anything. She went everywhere that Holly went, so she could have done. So she said, let's go to Meadowall because I know you've been wanting to try that Thai place and I'll pay for your dinner, Dad. I was like, okay, that sounds really good, doesn't it? So she invited me out for a meal where I paid for her and the rest of the family, yeah? And she paid for me. So of the £100 bill, I still paid 80. And I'm like, I'm not sure how this works.
It's the thought that counts. It's the thought and sentiment that counts.
Bless her.
And
We
I
should
see
have
a
a
bright
live online
future in
game.
that girl's future in finance.
Yeah. There we are. We should have a live online game of chaos on the Spectrum, Ed.
Right, well, tell you what. If people know where I am on Instagram, if they want to drop me messages or comments and just give me an idea of what games they would like to see me play, and I'll see what I can sort out.
Mr. B, hello. You're just in time to say goodbye. It's original actual food. It doesn't transform. Before I was referencing Ed's present and whether it was an original trilogy or sequel trilogy. The Chewbacca.
Hi, Mr. B. Let's have a look.
He's not saying hi to you though, is he, Andy?
It's saying A New Hope.
Oh,
it's got a
you
storm.
lucky boy.
It's a keeper. It's a keeper.
There
You
we
stay
go.
there, Chewie.
You get the devil horns as well.
He can. I'll put him along with my
Jet
tracks.
Set Willie or Manic Miner, it has to be, apparently.
Good.
Yeah, I'll do a bit of Manic Miner. Jet Set Willie's just it's too big a game. Is Manic Miner, and that was. I think that's a few years back now, but that was a Father's Day gift from my son a few years back. Oh, and that says limited edition. 2021 Fall Convention limited edition, but it doesn't tell you how limited to how many.
No.
Right,
What that one is, Fall Convention, I believe it's New York Toy Fair.
Right.
And...
yeah, 2021 Fall
They
Convention.
They would have been labelled up as New York Toy Fair instead of
Right.
Fall Convention. And at the end of the event, the stickers are all peeled off, changed to Fall Convention, and then they're put out through vendors.
Right. There we go.
Right. What have I got
Now
coming
you
up
know.
then? What have I got
Knowing's
coming up?
half the battle.
You may have realised, or you may not, that every day at 5:15 in the evening, there is a short going out that has been for over a month now. So I think I'm doing quite well there. Round of applause, I will give myself. I've never been so consistent with anything in my life.
Consistency is a good thing, yes.
No, your inconsistency has been consistent.
True. Oh, very good, sir.
Don't do yourself a disservice.
I started off with those Doctor Who ones, the TARDIS consoles, and then I moved on to toy cars. And I'm getting a little bit bored of the toy cars, but there's still a load in the bank ready to go. So we'll see whether or not I'm still doing them come July. Might be something else. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Friday, there will be the premiere of my second episode of Not Quite a Pack and Chat, where I'm filming. I can't do pack and chats at the moment, so I'm trying to at least record the items that I've sold, bunch it all together in a video at the end of the week, and then launch it the following Friday. So it's always going to be the week prior. Yeah? So you've not had the second episode yet. I'm already filming the third week right now. And then I think my next video will be next Tuesday, won't it? Yeah. I do have a pretty cool Gamma video ready to go, but...
Oh, did that clear in the end, or...?
There's a version of it that's cleared. The version I want to put out hasn't.
It's always annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to see whether or not I can get that original version out. You never know. They might pass it. I've put a dispute in. And if not, I might wait until I've done all 3 episodes, tweak the first one, and then put them out. Launch them one on one. And beyond that, I believe I'm going to be trying to do Council 1 week, and then the alternate weeks, like I painted Jackface last week, it'll be something along that kind of line every week, maybe painting Warhammer or building something. I might try and do that so that there's always a live stream from me every week. Because it's costing me money to have this streaming software, and I'm only using it for the council.
Ah,
I want to get some value for money.
what's the value? Needs the value.
Martin's liking the shorts. Dave's trying to build his Willy collection.
Can I have a cup of tea now?
Yeah. And actually, the food in his profile did actually transform to poo. Right then. Painting of the yak was awesome. Yeah. Right then. Let's be having us, eh? Let's bugger off. Thank you everyone for sticking with us. It's been 2.5 hours of fun. At least I think so. I don't know about these two guys, but who cares about them? No, thank you. No. Thank you both for being here with me. And you know I love your company. And I couldn't and wouldn't do it without you.
Unless we weren't here, then you would. But, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know. You've always been here. Even when you're not, you are.
Lurking.
I have always been here.
Yes. Never missed one. Right then. Good night, everyone. We're going to get off now. Cup of tea's waiting.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.